Welcome back to Stellar Field. We have game 2 of 2. We're about ready to go in give or take 10-15 minutes here between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. The Redhawks defeating Bowling Green 5-3 in the first outing here today. They now take sole possession of first place of the Mid-American Conference standings for the time being. They have advanced to 11-2 in the MAC. Bowling Green falls to 10-3. And now off the table for Bowling Green is that chance to tie the historic best start through 30 games in program history, which would have tied the 1977 season. That is now off the table. They needed a 3-game sweep over the Redhawks to tie that. So instead, they will be fighting to once again tie up for first place in the MAC. Tyler Kamlitz alongside Coyle Withrow back with you for this game. And we'll see what adjustments the Falcons are able to make. One noticeable thing, Coyle, before we get into the starting pitchers and more of the lineups, the Falcons will be without, at least in the starting lineup, DJ Newman after he took himself out of the game late in the first contest out in left field.
Yeah, after his collision in the later half of the game, he came up a little slow, just didn't, and then after running down that foul ball, motioned to Halleck, and that was it for him.
Yeah, that was, you hope, he had the collision at home. You hope that there's nothing serious there, that it maybe was just a little tweak, something. We can't really speculate too much. We don't know exactly what happened. So not going to try to assume things with him there. For Miami, they'll be going with a pretty similar lineup. I'm looking to see if there's any changes. I do not believe I see any changes in their starting lineup. So it'll be Dylan Baker, the shortstop, leading off. Ty Bodusic will bat second, the designated hitter. Evan Applewick batting third over at first base. Anthony Zarlingo batting cleanup in center field. David Novak behind the plate bats fifth. Dominic Krupinski bats sixth over at third. Ryan Novak bats seventh over in left field. Tommy Harrison batting eighth in right field. And Blake Buzzio rounding out their order over at second base. For Bowling Green, it'll be TJ Tackett's leading things off. Garrett Wright batting second. He's behind the plate. TJ Tackett's in center field. Brady Birchmeyer moves up a spot, as will the rest of the lineup, with the rest of that middle part of the lineup, with Newman being out. So Birchmeyer goes from cleanup to third. He's still at first. Sam Seidel moves from fifth to the cleanup spot. He's at second. Caden Parker will bat fifth in right field. Gavin Gunun will bat sixth in left field. Coop McKenzie will bat seventh. He'll be the designated hitter. Braden Curlis once again gets a start at third. He bats eighth. And Gunnar Antillion again rounds out the lineup, batting ninth over at short. Bowling Green will be going with Carson Silva. We'll get more into him when we hit the beginning of the top of the first. Patrick Mastrian IV will be on the mound for Miami of Ohio. So the Falcons taking the field now. And since we already had the national anthem in the first game, we'll not have it again. So we'll get into baseball a little quicker here. The defensive alignment, once again, for Bowling Green. Carson Silva on the mound, Garrett Wright behind the plate. That is the battery for the Falcons. Brady Birchmeyer over at first, Sam Seidel at second, Gunnar Antillion at short, Braden Curlis at third. Outfield left to right, Gavin Gunun, TJ Tackett's Caden Parker. Joshua McNally moves behind the plate. Donald Smith, who was behind the plate for the first game, moves over to third. And Lou Kammermeyer, who was over at third, moves to first. McNally was the first base umpire for the first game. Carson Silva, freshman right-hander, 6'8", 197 from Liberty Township, Ohio, went to Bishop Fenwick High School. He is 2-1 on the year with a 6.63 ERA. 19 innings pitched for him. This will be his 10th appearance and his 5th start. 16 strikeouts to 8 walks. He's allowed 15 runs, 14 of which have been earned, 4 doubles and 3 home runs. Opponents hitting .291 against him, and he has a 1.63 whip. So like we did for the first game, Coyle, what are going to be your keys for both Bowling Green and Miami if either team wants to come out with a win in the second game of the doubleheader?
Big thing from that first game is just keep the ball in the park. All the runs in the first game minus the sac fly were all off the home run. keep the ball in the yard, keep the ball down, and it should be another pretty good pitcher's duel like we saw the game one.
Yeah, you could definitely see that. We'll get more into Silva. He's been pretty hot as of late for Bowling Green. And he'll start by facing Dylan Baker, once again leading that Miami of Ohio lineup. Silva's first pitch inside for a ball. We are underway, 2:45, right on dot with the scheduled time. Silva starts from behind in the count, 1-0. This one chopped over to the left side, fielded by Braden Curlis at third base, throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Silva, last pitched on Friday against Central Michigan. He earned the win, went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 8 across 77 pitches. Over his past 3 outings, as his first pitch to Ty Badosic is in there for a strike. This one misses off the outside corner. Count 1-1. Over his past 3 outings, he's 2-0, is Silva. A 1 ERA, giving up just 1 run in 9 innings pitched. 12 strikeouts and no walks during that span. This one skied up in the infield. Going to be caught by the shortstop, Gunnar Antillion. And 2 quick outs for Carson Silva here in the top of the first.
Yet again, just like we saw in that first game, Silva's getting out to a hot rhythm. He's not moving too slow, but he's not totally rushing. It's kind of like that sweet spot that we've seen with the BG pitching staff throughout the today.
Evan Applewick, dangerous hitter, up to bat. Looks at a first pitch fastball, up high and outside for a ball. Applewick went 0 for 3 in the first game. Bowling Green pitchers able to neutralize him. This fastball just misses up and inside for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. 2 quick outs in the top of the first for Carson Silva. Fastball also misses up high. 3-0 count on Evan Applewick by Carson Silva. The payoff pitch right down the middle with the fastball for a strike. Silva has not given up a run in MAC play across an outing against Kent State and Central Michigan. He walks Evan Applewick here. This ball down and outside for ball 4. And that'll be a 2-out base runner for the Red Hawks.
Yet again, to make another call back to the first game, the BG pitching staff had countless 3-0 starts to batters. And what we said, 9 walks and hit by pitch in the first game. It's really not going to get the job done in terms of throwing strikes and getting ahead of guys.
And again, we said that in the first game, kind of a reverting from where they had been trending over the past couple of weeks. First pitch to Anthony Zarlingo, in there for a strike. Carson Silva, a guy who really had a blow-up outing on March 18th against Purdue Fort Wayne, gave up 6 runs in an inning and a third. 2 home runs in that outing. His ERA right now is 6.63. If you take out that Purdue Fort Wayne outing and keep his other 8, his ERA would go down by over 2 to 4.07. As he throws over to first, Applewick back in time. Applewick this season with just 1 stolen base on 1 attempt. This ball misses outside. Count 1-1 on Anthony Zarlingo. Silva's next pitch catches the outside corner. Gets the call from home plate umpire Joshua McNally. And the count goes to 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first.
That's
Evan Applewick standing on first for the Red Hawks.
That's a good spot by Silva. Just, again, not letting him have a chance to do anything good with it.
His payoff pitch. This is popped up to the left side. Coming in is Ganon. Going out is Antillion and Curlis. And Ganon drops it. hit Gaviganon's glove, was not able to corral it, and it's going to be an E7. And that'll result in Zarlingo standing on second. Applewick is on third. You had Gaviganon coming in, Gunnar Antillion going out, the shortstop. Braden Curlis, the third baseman, was also going out. It was Ganon who caught him off, was not able to catch it. That'll bring up David Novak. Off speed, beautiful by Carson Silva. In there for a strike to begin the at-bat. Carson Silva's command has really developed throughout this season. Through a lot of wild pitches in his first few outings, he has continued to sharpen as a freshman, getting experience here for Bowling Green this season. This off-speed is skied up to right center field. Going out of Seidel, coming in is Tackett and Parker. Kaden Parker settles under it and makes the catch to end the inning. The air does not come back to haunt the Falcons as we will head to the bottom of the first. 0-0 here between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Women's Golf returns to BG for the Dolores Black Falcon Invitational at Stone Ridge Golf Club on Saturday, April 5th and Sunday, April 6th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Back here at Stiller Field, we head to the bottom of the first. Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, knotted up, 0-0. Once again, the batting order for the Falcons, it'll be TJ Tackett leading it off, Garrett Wright batting second, Brady Birchmeyer third, Sam Seidel cleanup, Kaden Parker batting fifth, Gaviganon sixth, Coop McKenzie bats seventh, Braden Curlis bats eighth, and Gunnar Antillion rounds things out batting ninth. Defensive positioning for the Redhawks, it's Novak behind the plate, Mastery in the fourth is on the mound. That is the battery for the Redhawks. Applewick's over at first, Buzzio at second, Baker at short, Krupinski at third, Novak in left field, Zarlingo in center, Harrison in right. Starting pitcher for Miami of Ohio, Patrick Mastery in the fourth. His fourth season at Miami of Ohio. He actually redshirted his freshman year at Michigan. He is a redshirt senior right-hander, 6', 195, from Indianapolis, Indiana. 1-3 on the year with a save to his name, an 8.47 ERA, 17 innings pitched. This will be his 10th appearance and third start. 16 strikeouts to 7 walks. He's allowed 5 doubles, 5 home runs. Opponents hitting .333 against him, and he has a 1.88 whip. His first pitch to TJ Tackett. Check swing by Tackett. Called a strike at the plate. Mastery and last pitched on March 29th against Western Michigan. He got the win, going 5 innings of scoreless baseball. As this one drilled up high by TJ Tackett. And it's going to be caught in the outfield by Buzzio. Just got under that one and skied it up. Did Tackett for the first out of the inning. As I was saying last time out for Mastery, earned the win, 5 innings of scoreless baseball, gave up a hit, struck out 4, walked a batter, and hit a batter across 62 pitches.
And a thing to point out about Mastrian, he is throwing from a lower three-quarter arm slot. Just adds a little bit more spin to the ball, a little different view from the last game and other guys we've seen this year.
First pitch in there for a strike to Garrett Wright. Wright went 2 for 5 in the first game, scoring a run, driving in 2. Had a big home run early in the game as he lines this one into right field. That'll go down for a single for Garrett Wright, and the Falcons have an early base runner. Garrett Wright just continues to find different ways to produce at the plate for Bowling Green.
Yet again, that's another textbook example of just going the other way with the ball in the outside half. That was one of the things that BG did really well the first game, was just being able to take the ball the other way, find a way to get on base.
Brady Birchmeyer steps up to the plate. First pitch to Birchmeyer, misses outside for a ball. It'll be interesting to see how he sees the ball in this game, because didn't have his greatest game earlier. 0 for 5 with a couple of strikeouts, 3 strikeouts, in fact, for Brady Birchmeyer in the first game. This fastball misses just off the plate. Count goes to 2-0. One out here, bottom of the first. Garrett Wright on first base for Bowling Green. Mastrian's 2-0 pitch to Brady Birchmeyer at the plate. Check swing. And McNally at home plate can say Birchmeyer went around. So the count goes to 2-1. Mastrian taking his time. His next pitch, this one lined up the middle by Brady Birchmeyer. That's going to settle in front of Zarlingo. And there is a hit for Brady Birchmeyer. Falcons have runners on first and second with 1 out in the bottom of the first.
One of the nice things with Mastrian having that different arm slot is just a different viewpoint for a guy like Birch, who was a little bit colder his first game. Just a different little change in the routine, different release points, etc. Help get Birch back on track, especially with that single into center, hard hit ball.
Mastrian's another guy who also has not allowed a run in conference play, much like Carson Silva, as Sam Seidel steps into the box. First pitch to Seidel, lines this into left field. That's going to settle in front of Novak, and the Falcons are going to have the bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the first for Caden Parker.
Again, just like I said a couple minutes ago, that's just another way of going with the ball the other way. Seidel just kind of floats that one into left field, gets bases loaded, 1 out.
First pitch from Mastrian to Caden Parker. Off speed in there for a strike. As I was saying, though, Mastrian has not allowed a run in conference play. 6 2/3 innings pitched against Eastern Michigan and Western Michigan. Just 2 hits and a walk allowed during that span to go with 5 strikeouts. His 0-1 pitch to Parker. This one lined up the middle, but a jumping catch by Buzzio at second. What a great play by Buzzio to take away a hit. Would have brought in 1 run, possibly 2.
Yeah, that looked like if it was getting over Buzzio's head, it was going to go into that right center field gap. Probably had a chance to score Birch from second base and get a side out to third.
Would have been a contested throw.
Yeah.
If they sent him. Would have had a chance. But instead, bases are still loaded with 2 outs now. And Gavin Gannon up at the plate. First pitch to Gannon. Thought about going, held back. Catches the outside corner. A little bit of a delayed call from McNally behind the plate. But Mastrian will start ahead of Gannon, 0-1. Gannon pinch hit in the first game. Walking, he pinch hit for Braden Curlis. Came around to score. He was the only run that scored in that bottom of the ninth for the Falcons.
Pretty short lead over at third for Garrett Wright, maybe 2-3 steps off at most.
1-1 count now on Ganon. Holds up on the off speed. That's down low. Count moves to 2-1. Gavin Ganon with a ton of pop in the bat. He struggled with strikeouts this year, tied for the MAC lead with 34 punchouts. The 2-1 pitch to Ganon. All speed catches that inside corner. And the count goes even to 2-2. Ganon will step out of the box and reset.
All twos on the board out there, Tyler. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Bases loaded, bottom of the first. Still scoreless. Chance for Bowling Green to jump on the board first. Payoff pitch. This one driven deep right field. Harrison going back. He's going to make the catch as he goes towards the warning track. Had to shift a couple times directional. Outfielders doing a good job managing the overcast skies that have come over Stellar Field. Harrison does just that and ends the inning. Bowling Green strands the bases loaded for the third time in 2 games in this doubleheader set. And we go to the top of the second, still scoreless between BG and Miami of Ohio, right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. On November 16th, 2024, BGSU Volleyball defeated Ohio in 5 sets, clinching their 7th regular season championship under head coach Daniela Tomic. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Picked up on the attack, Archinska off the block, saved by LaPinta. Over is on the attack is Hovey. The Falcons have done it. Bowling Green will host the MAC Tournament regular season championship returns to the orange and brown.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. Back here at Stellar Field, it'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for Miami of Ohio. Dominic Krupinski, Ryan Novak, and Tommy Harrison due up for the Red Hawks. We do have some defensive movement. TJ Tackett is out of the game, so the outfield will shift a little bit. Gavin Ganun's going to go from left field to right field. Caden Parker will go from right field to center field. And Zach Corky will come into the game for left field. So outfield left to right is Zach Corky in left, Caden Parker in center, Gavin Ganun in right. And Zach Corky will take over TJ Tackett's spot at the top of the order. Again, have the hope that nothing serious is up with TJ Tackett's. I don't think we saw anything up here that indicated much.
Maybe just a holdover from his hit by pitch earlier in the game.
Yeah,
just
could be.
Little tender.
Could be.
Precautionary.
Either way, it's 1-2 on Krupinski. At the plate, Silva's payoff pitch. Down low, bounced in the dirt for a ball. Count goes even to 2-2. Silva worked out of a situation with 2 runners in scoring position in the top of the first, as this is going to be grounded over towards second. Seidel is going to field it, try to glove flip it to Birchmeyer, and it's going to come up short, and that's going to let Krupinski reach safely.
Yeah, tough play over there on the right side by Seidel. Just playing far back, just slow roller, try to do what he could.
Left fielder, Ryan Novak.
So that'll be a leadoff runner. for the Red Hawks, and that'll bring up Ryan Novak. It's going to be rolled a single for Krupinski, as the first pitch is in there for a strike to Ryan Novak. Novak in the first game went 1 for 1 with 3 walks, came around to score once. Silva taking his time now. He's going to pick over towards first. Nothing doing there. Silva's next pitch inside, down and low for a ball. Tremendous job by Garrett Wright at saving that one. That one almost hit Novak in the foot. And Wright slid over there and picked it, keeping it from going to the back of the backstop. Another pickoff attempt here by Silva. But back in time safely is Krupinski.
Wright's been a brick wall all day. I mean, even all week. There's been the only ball that got back to the backstop that first game was a wild pitch.
Krupinski running as this one's chopped over to the left side. Fielded by Curlis. He looks at second, has no play. Goes to Birchmeyer at first for the out. So Novak is out while Krupinski advances to second on the hit and run. Krupinski has 4 stolen bases on 6 attempts, so a decent amount of speed out there on the base pass. He's now in scoring position at second with Tommy Harrison up to bat. Harrison went 1 for 2 in the first game before being pinch hit for. Skies this one out to left center field. Coming in to make the catch is Caden Parker, now out there in center field for the second out of the inning.
I can't tell how it is for the outfielders out there, but I know from in here it's hard to see that white ball for those clouds.
I mean, it is about as overcast as you can get. Just white clouds with a little pastel gray mixed in there. And that ball kind of disappears in those clouds. Probably a major factor in that ball that Gavagan dropped in left field earlier in the game. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike to Blake Buzzio, the 9-hole hitter. On deck is Dylan Baker, the leadoff hitter for the Red Hawks, if Buzzio is able to get on. This one driven up the middle by Buzzio, but straight to Seidel at second. He flips over to Birchmeyer for the third out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the second, still scoreless here between the Falcons and the Red Hawks on WBGU 88.1 FM. On November 30th, 2024, BGSU women's basketball defeated Arkansas 79-78. The win over the SEC opponent was arguably the biggest of the Fred Shamil era in Bowling Green. Falcon Media Sports Network's Caden Knapp had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Tightly guarded by Velasco. 5 seconds on the clock. Passing out. There's a 3 from the far side wing. No good. It's no good. Laura Gurka gets the rebound, and the BGSU Falcons have defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks, coming back from 14 down to win 79-78. A huge team win.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call. Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, still knotted up at nothing apiece. We head to the bottom of the second. For Bowling Green, it'll be 7-8-9 due up. Cooper McKenzie, Braden Curlis, Gunner, and Tillian. The Red Hawks now controlling first place in the Mid-American Conference at 11-2 in conference play. Bowling Green fell to 10-3 after dropping the first game of the doubleheader, so they now sit in second place. If Bowling Green were to win this one, they would technically move back up into first place with a better overall record. And we'll have to wait and see on that third game of the series. Supposed to be played sometime tomorrow. We are supposed to get quite a bit of rain here in Bowling Green in northwest Ohio tonight. So stay tuned to all of the Falcon Media Sports Network outlets for news on that, because that'll be a waiting game to see if that gets played tomorrow or Sunday, or if we have to push it back to another later date. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch by Coop McKenzie. He looks at that off-speed inside for a ball. So the count 1-1 on him. Mastrian working at his own pace out there on the mound. Kicks and delivers. Big swing and a miss once again from McKenzie. Down to the count 1-2.
Yeah, talking about the third game of the series. Supposed to get 1.4 inches of rain in the next 12 hours.
In the next 12 hours.
Yes.
That is.
Ooh. Only 12 hours.
That is, yeah. That's rough. Fastball misses outside for a ball. I mean, I remember I was driving. What was it? 2 days ago we had it was
Wednesday.
Wednesday we had the bad storms. By 10 in the morning, a lot of the streets in Bowling Green were already half flooded, if not fully flooded. So we'll have to stay tuned for all that. This off-speed just misses outside. It's a full count now on Coop McKenzie. And the big question with the grass field is going to be, how much can it hold, and is there enough time to dry it out? This one driven left center field by McKenzie, but moving over to make the catch is the left fielder Ryan Novak for the first out of the inning.
Speaking about getting the field dry, I went to the grocery store yesterday and saw them out here working on the field, tarping it back up, and it looked a lot worse than it does right now.
Yeah,
so.
I got to say, I think we were both kind of surprised at how good the field looks today. Going to be different probably when we get the amount of rain you're talking about, but it's in definitely good enough condition to play 2 games here. Credit to the grounds crews. This one chopped over to the left side by Braden Curlis, and it's going to be fielded by Krupinski and thrown across the diamond to Applewick for the second out of the inning. So that now 4 straight Falcons retired in order by Mastrian. That'll bring up Gunnar Antillion, the 9-hole hitter for Bowling Green. See if he can keep the inning alive and send it back up to the top of the order. Zach Corky is now leading things off for the Falcons, coming in for TJ Tackett. It's a spot I don't think any of us thought Zach Corky would be in the lineup this year.
No, it's definitely a change.
Yeah.
From his previous spots in the lineup.
It's all about the defensive positioning of who they could put in out there. Because you got to think you don't have Newman available either. This one chopped over to the right side by Antillion. Fielded on the move by Puzzio. And he'll make his way over towards first base before flipping it to Applewick for the third and final out of the inning. 5 straight Falcons retired in order by Patrick Mastery in the fourth. A 1-2-3, bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third, where we will have our introduction of the trivia question when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM. It'll be top of the order for Miami of Ohio, Dylan Baker, Ty Badusich, and Evan Applewick. But before we do that, we do have the introduction of our trivia question. So as we've been doing, as we did in the first game of this doubleheader, I'll introduce this to you, Coyle, and all of our listeners. Caden Knapp back in the studios. And I think Noah Seeley is going to give it another try. He's managing the social media account for the game, BG_FMSN on Twitter X. And I'll pitch this to all you guys. You guys will have some time to think it over, and you'll have until the top of the fifth to give me a final answer. So the question for today's game is, who has the highest on-base percentage in MLB history. Once again, who has the highest on-base percentage in MLB history? The options are A, Ty Cobb, B, Barry Bonds, C, Babe Ruth, or D, Ted Williams. Once again, who has the highest on-base percentage in MLB history? Ty Cobb, Barry Bonds, Babe Ruth, or Ted Williams? Any initial thoughts?
Bonds.
Bonds' initial thoughts?
I'm thinking Ty
As-
Cobb initially.
Ty Cobb initially. It's driven in the left field here by Baker. He'll start things off for Miami of Ohio with a leadoff single. So we've got Bonds by Coyle. Ty Cobb initial thoughts
Designated hitter, Ty
by
Cobb.
Caden. Noah's going with Ty Cobb initial thoughts as well. So we'll have to wait and see top of the fifth, see if you guys are right on any of those or if you have any change of hearts. Ty Bodicic now up to bat as we have a pickoff attempt over to first. Baker back in time. On the season, Baker 3 stolen bases on 4 attempts. Silva delivers to the plate. Beautiful. Breaking ball catches the outside corner for a strike. That's something Silva does so well, is starting at bats with his different pitches. He doesn't just go fastball. He's not afraid to throw in the off speed there to start at bats. This one grounded over to the left side, out of reach of Curlis, but it does go foul. So the count will go 0-2 on Badosic. Silva still looking for his first strikeout of the game. Evan Applewick is on deck for the Redhawks. He's really been held under control so far through a game and an at-bat by the Falcons. Throw over to first. Not in time. Back in safely
It's
is
pretty.
Baker.
It's pretty intriguing with Silva throwing over so many times to first. Baker's lead isn't beyond the cutout. It's not a very large.
This one dribbled up the middle. Hard hit Seidel. Seidel just fumbled over it a few times. Ate him up a little bit. Wasn't able to get a throw off. So, Bonicic will be safe at first. And Baker will advance to second. It'll be an error there on Sam Seidel. So E4
The first baseman,
on Seidel. Just a bad hop there and wasn't able to fully handle it.
Yeah, it just looked like he just caught it up, started bobbling in on the transfer, and just was never able to find it again.
I think he tried to rush things to second too and kind of compounded things there. Evan Applewick steps into the box with a runner on first and second for him. First pitch ball to Applewick. The MAC leader and runs batted in at 41. Also leads the MAC with 13 home runs. Off speed, beautiful by Silva, right down the middle for a strike. Count even at 1-1. Nobody out here, top of the third. Miami of Ohio. Bowling Green knotted up at 0 apiece. Bodicic is at first. Baker at second. This one dribbled over to the left side. Fielded by Antillion. He'll go to third for the force out. Got him. I think Curlis put down a tag. Like he thought he needed that, but it was a force out at third. So they get Baker over at third. Bodicic advanced to second. And Applewick is safe at first on the fielder's choice.
the center fielder, Anthony Zarlingo.
Yeah, it just looks like he kind of forgot that there was runners behind Baker coming to third, and just
Yeah, I mean, he was on the back either way. But also tried to apply that tag, which he did not need to do.
unfortunately we can't get 2 outs with one play. Or
It would be great. Send up to Manfred, see what he thinks about it. First pitch to Zarlingo is a ball high and outside. This one down low for a ball as well. So Silva behind the count, 2-0. He's done a good job at handling these pressure situations so far here today. The 2-0 pitch by Silva, right down the middle with the fastball for a strike. Weather app saying the same amount of wind as last game, but Silva's jersey whipping out there on the mound. Definitely looks like it's picked up a tad bit. Fastball just misses off the inside corner. Not by much for Carson Silva. And the count moves to 3-1. That could have been called either way.
Yeah, that pitch looked maybe half of a ball either way.
This pitch high and outside for ball 4. Bases are loaded for the Red Hawks with David Novak coming up to bat.
Novak flew out to who is now Gannon out there in right field. Wasn't a very hard hit ball, just got under it and floated it over to him.
Novak in the first game went 1 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. As he fouls this first one to the back. Had a home run in the earlier game. Flew out to right field, as he mentioned, his first time up. That ended the top of the first. There's only 1 out here in the top of the third with the bases loaded. Silva's 0-1 pitch, found to the back once again. Novak on top of it, but he's down in the count 0-2.
Both Curlis at third and Birchmeyer at first playing just maybe 1 step behind the bag. Antonian and Seidel, double play positions. Trying to get outs somewhere, anywhere we can get them.
The 0-2 pitch by Silva, swing and a miss on the off-speed. Huge strikeout by Carson Silva for the second out of the inning, his first punch-out here today.
Silva with a little bit of do-it-yourself there. Nice little 3-pitch swing, strikeout.
It is very cool to see someone like Silva, a freshman, to see his development throughout the year. He looks so much more confident out there right now on the mound than he did in some of the non-conference games that he started in earlier in the season. And
Yeah.
Alex talked about that's why some of these guys come here, is that you learn and develop on the job as a freshman here at Bowling Green, whereas going somewhere else and redshirting.
Yeah, it's even if you look at like the Purdue Fort Wayne, even the way like that game was 19-18 and 9. It's a different way that he presents himself.
Yeah. Not collapsing under pressure, able to work out of these situations. The 1-1 pitch off speed. Not exactly sure where that one missed. Maybe just a bit outside. Could have been low.
Much to the dismay of the Bowling Green faithful here at Stellar Field.
Could have been low, could have been outside, but wasn't by much. And the count's 2-1. Fastball found to the back, so the count goes even. 2 outs, top of the third. Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, tied at 0-0. Bases loaded for the Red Hawks. Zarlingo's at first, Applewick's on second. Badusic is on third. It's a 2-2 count by Carson Silva. On Krupinski at the plate. This fastball misses outside for ball 3. Count goes full. Runners will be moving on the pitch with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Pitch clock down to 5. By the time Silva takes the mound, he's going to step off. It'll be reset. Biggest pitch of the game upcoming by Carson Silva. The payoff pitch by the right-hander, all speed, just missed off the outside corner. And Carson Silva walks in a run with the bases loaded.
Yeah, that one, just like the pitch couple pitches ago, it's not missing by much.
Just not getting that corner. And that's now 3 early walks in this game by Carson Sova. And he has walked in a run here in the top of the third. So that's how Miami of Ohio gets on the board. They'll take it either way. And they still have the bases loaded.
Ryan Novak.
You can give an RBI to Krupinski. First pitch to Ryan Novak. Misses for a ball. Sova's next delivery down low for a ball as well. 2-0 on Ryan Novak. And Kyle running out to the mound. Kyle Halleck running out to the mound. I don't think I've ever seen Halleck do that.
No.
He's got to be careful here with McNally approaching the mound. We'll see if Halleck has words or if he's going to go back to the dugout. Halleck is going to have some words with McNally, it appears, before deciding to go back to the dugout. I have never seen Kyle Halleck run out to the mound like that.
Yeah.
He's usually the kind of coach that takes his time. We saw that when Tackett got hit by a ball in the first game. He took his time walking around the mound, making sure he went slow and steady. I didn't even realize that was him originally. I thought a ball may have gotten loose, but it was him sprinting there. That one does get called a strike down the middle by Silva. Count now 2-1. Obviously not happy with the strike zone of McNally's. Silva's next delivery outside for a ball. Count goes to 3-1.
I thought maybe somebody was hurt. Him coming spraying out like that, but
that was an interesting one for sure.
That wasn't on my bingo card for the day.
The 3-1 pitch by Silva. This is popped up but foul to the left side. Count goes full for the second straight batter with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the top of the third. Miami of Ohio looking to tack on early runs. Silva looking to escape the inning. His payoff pitch swung on and popped up to the left side, drifting to the left. Chasing after it is Horkey, settles under it in foul territory, and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Miami of Ohio scores a run after Carson Silva walks the batter with the bases loaded, but they only score 1. Bowling Green coming off the bat in the bottom of the third when we come back on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
My name is Jamal Johnson, number 6, running back in the senior, and here are my Falcon 4 favorite candies. First, we have Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Pieces, and Hershey Kisses. And these are my favorite because when you're at Halloween and you dump out that bag, these are the best Halloween candies to pull out. So those are my favorites.
Kylie Culberson of BGSU Women's Track and Field travels to Athens, Ohio for the Ohio Cherry Blossom Invitational on Friday, April 4th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Holden Ruck will have the recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, we head to the bottom of the third. It'll be top of the order for Bowling Green. Zach Horkey, Garrett Wright, Brady Birchmeyer. If you're wondering why Horkey is leading off for the Falcons, came into the game for TJ Tackett's after Tackett's popped out to second in his first at-bat. So Horkey will be the leadoff batter for the rest of the game for the Falcons.
Junior from Blissfield, Michigan, the left fielder, Zach Horkey.
Patrick Mastrian, the fourth, has retired 5 straight Falcons down in order. Mastrian's first pitch off speed misses inside for a ball. Miami of Ohio in their red tops. Bowling Green going with the brown tops. Interesting uniform combos, back and forth.
Yeah, especially the white pinstripe pants.
Yeah. 1-1 count on Horkey. Fastball just misses outside. Count goes to 2-1.
The Miami outfielder turning 2 shades as it was of the first game, still shading over toward that right field line.
It's almost like they cannot be in
heavily.
the same spot.
Yeah.
2 at-bats in a row. They like the shift out there. This off-speed misses inside corner. So the count now 3-1. That flag starting to
blow pretty
out
pretty
there.
hard.
It's starting to move a little towards the right now. It's been blowing out towards the third base side for most of today. This one driven out deep left field. Going back is Novak towards the warning track and makes the catch. Looks like the wind pushed that one a little bit instead of helping it. Most days when the wind's blowing out, that one's into the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it's a fly out to left field for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, it looked like he got a lot of it. It just got up and just kind of hung out in the air for a little bit too long.
I mean, the thing we've seen with these home runs that get out of here today is their line drives. Anything that's hit high up in the sky is getting pushed back in resistance from that wind that's blowing in. First pitch is beautiful off speed to Garrett Wright. Wright singled his first time up. The next pitch to Garrett Wright, down and outside for a ball. Garrett Wright now, this season, still over a 400 batting average. He's on to a 6-game hitting streak with hits in the earlier game and today in the later game. Fouls this one off to the left side. Count goes 1-2 on him. He's so good at avoiding strikeouts at the plate, too. Just 3 multi-strikeout games in 67 career games with the Falcons.
Yeah, Wright's a guy that doesn't strike out very often. It's just find a way to put bat on ball consistently.
As the commentator's curse bites us right there, swing and a miss on the off speed. Garrett Wright down on strikes for the second out of the inning. The first strikeout of the outing for Mastrian. That'll bring up Brady Birchmeyer, who also singled his first time up in the first inning. After going 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts in the first game of the doubleheader. Looks at a first pitch ball from Mastrian. Sam Seidel awaits on deck. If Birchmeyer can continue the inning, here were 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 1-0. Birchmeyer puts a swing on this one, drills it to right center field. That's going to go into the gap. Zarlingo's going to cut it off in center field and hold Brady Birchmeyer to a single. A hard hit single. And Birchmeyer's 2 for 2 here today.
Yeah, Birchmeyer hit that ball right on the labels. It just got caught up in that thick grass from all the rain we've had the last couple of days and just kind of stopped. It was hit unbelievable. I mean, it was hit really hard.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. It just
kind of
yeah, just
fizzled out.
Most days, we talk about the win. Most days that probably dribbles towards the warning track, maybe gets to the wall, hits that grass and slows it down, like you said. Sam Seidel now up to bat. He also singled his first time out, part of 3 straight singles in the bottom of the first for Bowling Green. Fouls this one off into the back netting behind the plate. Falcons out hitting Miami early 4-2, but down 1-0 on the scoreboard. Mastrian's 0-1 pitch to Seidel in there for a strike. Count now 0-2. Seidel in the earlier game went 1 for 3. Had 3 assists in the field. He awaits the 0-2 pitch as we're going to have a ball called, or it's going to be a pitch clock violation. I thought that was a balk at first, but that is third base umpire Donald Smith signaled to his watch for the pitch clock violation. So Birchmeyer will stamp first. The ball added to the count. It's 1-2. Seidel puts a good swing on this one, drives it out towards center field. Going back is the center fielder Zarlingo, settles under it and makes the catch to end the inning. We head to the top of the 4th. Bowling Green still trails Miami of Ohio 1-0 here at Stellar Field on WBGU 88.1 FM.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfields, junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, the big crowd, hearing them roar. The Falcon Walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
Back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Cavlitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network. We've hit the top of the 4th inning, which means it's time for history on this day, baseball history on this day. So I gave you some in that first game, saved some for this second game. So this is going to be a little later. Back in 1994, the Cleveland Indians, back then they were called, won their first game played at New Jacobs Field, which is now named Progressive Field, defeating the Seattle Mariners 4-3. There's also another piece of history inside of that because Eddie Murray, who hit a home run for the Indians in that game, played his 2,403rd game at first base, becoming the MLB's all-time leader in games played at first base. And then, in 2003, Sammy Sosa hit his 500th career home run at Great American Ballpark for the Cubs. And in 2021, a more recent one, Shohei Ohtani was in the batting order while starting on the mound for the first time in his career. It was the first time an MLB player had done that since 1903. Always cool to look back at that history, as this one is popped up to the left side by Tommy Harrison, chasing after it and making the catch is Zach Horkey. Horkey almost lost it the same way. Looked pretty identical to how Gavin Gannon lost his, where he was moving to his right and then moved back to his left at the very last second while trying to track the ball in this overcast sky, which has not cleared really much at all.
No, it's still relatively just 8 shades of gray right now.
It's brightened up a little bit, if anything, which I think makes it even harder.
It's just a brighter gray.
This one lined over to the left side on the ground by Blake Buzzio. And that's going to be a 1-out single for Buzzio into left field.
Back to your history. There's something about the Reds and moments against them. Not for them, but
Yeah.
only against them.
Yeah, what was it in the Hank Aaron?
Yep.
His 714th home run.
At
Talked
Riverfront.
about in the first game, yep. It's always interesting to see because you always forget sometimes who was on the other side of those historical moments. Like, I don't think anybody remembers who Hank Aaron hit his 714th home run against. You just remember the home run itself. 1-1 count on Dylan Baker, top of the order. Silva picks over to first. And they're going to call a balk on Carson Silva. So Buzzio will get a free pass from first to second. And the count will be 1-1 at the plate. 1 out in the inning. Runner on second now in scoring position for the Redhawks. Silva's next pitch in the dirt. Beautiful stop by Garrett Wright. Sliding to his right to stop that. And the count moves to 2-1. Once again, Garrett Wright, one of, if not the best defensive catcher in the Mid-American Conference. So sturdy back there behind the plate. This one fouled off to the right side. Count moves to 1-2.
Wright is just, he's everywhere. I don't think there's a true spot that he can't cover.
Yeah. And he's a very athletic catcher behind the plate there. Now a pickoff attempt to second. Not nearly in time. Throw wasn't even close by Silva.
We saw down at OU him jumping into the air from a squat.
Yeah.
Catch a ball that was 3 foot over his head.
Runner going on the pitch. It's down low for a ball. Thrown away, but a beautiful sliding save by Gunnar Antillion in the outfield grass, because that got past Braden Curlis on the throw by Garrett Wright. A beautiful job by Antillion of backing it up and saving a run for the Falcons.
But it was a strikeout for Dylan Baker.
Was indeed, so that'll be the second out of the inning.
At the plate, designated hitter, Ty Bodicic.
And that'll bring up Ty Bodicic, who has popped out too short. He had reached on an error by Sam Seidel so far today. That fastball missing well outside, so the count now 2-0 on him. Silva's definitely slowed down there a little bit on the mound in this inning. As this pitch is driven into left field. Diving, though, is Horky, and he came up with it. What a diving catch by Zach Horky in left field to end the inning. Horky saves a run, and we go to the bottom of the fourth with Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 1-0 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU men's basketball guard Javante Campbell made a game-winning layup against Toledo with 1.6 seconds remaining on February 21st, 2025, giving BG their first win at Savage Arena since 2021. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavalitz had the call of the shot on Falcon Radio.
It's Campbell with the ball, driving inside, layup's no good, rebounded by Exact, the putback's no good. Johnson fights for it, it's kicked back out to Exact, inside to Campbell. Campbell puts the layup, it goes with 1.6 seconds remaining. Javante Campbell with the huge shot, possible shot of the year for Bowling Green. They take the lead with 1.6 seconds remaining over Toledo, 69-68.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Cavlitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Coyle, what do you want to see from this Bowling Green offense to get it going? They've been stagnant over the past couple of innings as Miami with a slight advantage, 1-0, as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
It's the same thing as game one. We keep getting couple hits, couple guys on. Nobody's come through with a big hit yet, a big, even something like a sac fly. We just haven't had that timely hitting to get when we left 3 on in the first, 1 last inning. We were getting the runners on. Mm-hmm. We're just not getting them around.
And, when you were missing DJ Newman or TJ Tackett's alone in the lineup, you didn't feel it too much. Now that you're missing both guys, I think we can kind of feel that missing in the lineup at times, because those are guys that you rely on to bring in those big hits in big situations.
Yeah, the scrappy guys that'll, poke one to the opposite field or just put the ball in play, consistently put the ball in play.
Parker showed bunt the first pitch. When it is a strike. This one also in for a strike by Mastrian. So Parker down the count 0-2. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Popped out to second his first time up. Mastrian from the stretch, his 0-2 delivery. Check swing by Parker. He did not go on the appeal. So the count will be 1-2. It's Caden Parker, Gavin Gannon, Coop McKenzie, 2 up for Bowling Green. Parker, Gannon, McKenzie, Curlis, and Tilly in the bottom half of the lineup without a hit so far today for Bowling Green. Swing and a miss. There by Caden Parker. He goes down on strike. Second strikeout of the game for Mastrian. Got him to chase outside the zone. Mastrian gets the first out of the inning. His second strikeout of the day brings up Gavin Gannon, who flew out to right field, fairly deep right field, his first time up. Mastrian's first delivery to him. Swing and a miss by Gannon at the plate.
It looked like a changeup from Mastrian there. It was dove pretty hard toward that arm side.
Mastrian's pitch there misses inside with the off-speed. So the count 1-1 on Gavin Gannon with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 1-0. The delivery misses inside with the fastball. Gannon moves ahead in the count 2-1.
The Miami outfield, the left fielder is playing straight up. The center fielder is shading almost again to the scoreboard like we've seen.
Huge gap in left center field out there. And this off speed misses in the other batter's box and goes past Novak behind the plate. Luckily for Miami, nobody on the base pass, so no harm done other than a ball added to the count, which now stands at 3-1.
I actually heard that Dollar General's coming. Check out that little gap there in left field. Put a new store there.
Fastball. Gannon thought it missed inside, but it catches the inside corner for a strike. Count goes full to 3-2. Gannon's going to take a second to reset. He was fully prepared to flip over his bat and jog down to first. He'll have to see another pitch. The payoff delivery by Mastrian. This one chopped up to short by Gannon. Fielded by Baker. Thrown over to Applewick for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Coop McKenzie. He's also 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left field his first time up.
The designated hitter, Cooper McKenzie.
McKenzie went 0 for 3 with a walk in the first game of the doubleheader. First pitch to him, fastball down the middle for a strike. McKenzie looking to keep the inning alive for Bowling Green. Braden Curlis awaits on deck. He dribbles this one to the left side. Fielded by Krupinski at third. throw across the diamond to Applewick for the third and final out of the inning. We head to the top of the fifth. We'll have the reveal of our trivia question when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Miami leading Bowling Green 1-0 as we head to the top of the fifth. For the Redhawks, it'll be Applewick, Zarlingo, and Novak due up. 3, 4, 5 in the order. But before we get to that, do have to reveal the answer to the trivia question I posed to you, Coyle, and the rest of our listeners, along with Noah Seeley, who's covering social media for us, and Kaden Knapp back in the studios. I posed this to you in the top of the third. The question is, who has the highest on-base percentage in MLB history? Your options were A, Ty Cobb, B, Barry Bonds, C, Babe Ruth, D, Ted Williams. Let me start with you, Coyle. Do you have a final answer?
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. Caden, do you have one?
I'm sticking with Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb, Noah Seeley? You messed with us last time. I'm going Ted Williams. Ted Williams. Noah Seeley is correct. It is Ted Williams, a career on-base percentage of .482. So Ted Williams, I believe, if I'm correct, Babe Ruth is number 2 in on-base percentage career. Bonds and Cobb are a little lower than you would think. I actually think Cobb is the lowest out of those 4. So Noah Seeley finally gets one on the board. Coyle, you'll have to come back for another time to get one. Back underway, though. It's a 1-1 count now on Evan Applewick. Beautiful off-speed in there for a strike by Silva. 6'8" righty delivers, and a swing and a miss over the top of it by Applewick. So the count now 1-2. Again, Applewick has been held in check by Bowling Green pitching staff so far here today. Swing and a miss by Applewick. He goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, coming into this weekend series, Applewick was one of the guys that, during our preparation, we said that's a guy.
He was really
look out
the
for.
guy that we, I think, said to look out for, and he's kind of looked human. Has not had a great day so far. First pitch there to Zarlingo in there for a strike. Halleck would love to get as much out of Silva as he can today, having to use 4 pitchers in that first game. Silva's next delivery, fastball catches the outside corner. Count moves to 0-2. Silva has not had a 1-2-3 inning so far today. Working from the windup, his 0-2 delivery. Outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. Silva delivers inside. It's clubbed out to right field, but foul. Zarlingo just throwing the bat head at it. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Silva really hasn't had a high pitch count inning, minus the third with 27 in that third inning. It's been,
outside of that, it's been reasonable.
14, 11,
yeah.
11. We have 9 so far this inning.
His 1-2 delivery, high and outside for a ball. Now the 2-2. Off speed. Just missed off the outside corner. And the count goes full to 3-2 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The The payoff pitch by Silva. This one swung on, flown out to center field. Settling under is Caden Parker. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So Silva going to have a chance here for his first 1-2-3 inning of the contest.
He has gotten Novak to strike out on his last at-bat of the third, as well as he flew out to shallow right field in the first.
First pitch swinging by Novak. Fouls it behind us, up here in the press box. Got straight under it. Did Novak on that one. 1 for 6 so far between the two games, but his one hit was a big one. A home run back in the early game. Pops this one up now to the right side, and it's going to get out of play. Just past the stands. Count now 0-2 on David Novak.
Both Wright and Birchmeyer were over there as soon as the ball came up, just for it to leak out of play.
Silva, the 0-2 delivery. Fastball misses off the outside corner. Silva still working from the windup. Delivers 1-2. This one dribble to the left side. Diving stop by Curlis. Pops up. Does not have a throw. So a nice stop by Curlis. Just doesn't have enough time to throw it across the diamond. It'll be a single, a 2-out single for David Novak.
Good sliding grab by Curlis. There wasn't really a play to be made on it, even if he would have let that through.
Yeah.
And Tillian was close behind in tow.
And it looked like he just bobbled it when he got it. Didn't get it cleanly out of the glove. And in that case, it's usually better to hold it there than rush a throw and have it errant to give another free base. So that'll bring up Krupinski. First pitch. Misses outside.
Another borderline ball strike call that really could have gone either way.
Had quite a few of those here so far today in both games. This one down low for a ball. Count now 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Miami leading Bowling Green 1-0. The Falcons lead in hits 4-3. There's 2 outs in the inning. The 2-0 pitch misses just outside for ball 3, 3-0. Ryan Novak awaits on deck. Krupinski with the only RBI of the game so far at the plate. Looks at a 4-pitch walk. First and second for the Redhawks with 2 outs. And that is now the 4th walk allowed by Carson Silva. Walks have been a major problem for Bowling Green pitchers here today in both games. As it's going to be, we'll see if we get a pitching change or if it's just going to be a normal mound visit for Kyle Halleck. Walking out this time.
There is a little bit of motion down there in the Falcons bullpen. Can't quite see who it is, but they just got up.
A right-hander up in the bullpen for Bowling Green.
There is a little bit of motion down there in the Miami pen. It's just a little bit of stretching.
Yeah, no arms throwing there. Looks like Owen Pohl up in the bullpen for the Falcons. We'll see how long of a leash Halleck has with Silva. Again, most likely going to want him to go as deep as he can into the game. Don't think Halleck wants to burn through his relievers today, but in a 1-0 game, he may have to. Fastball catches the outside corner to be in the at-bat with Ryan Novak. 2 outs and runners on first and second for Novak and the Redhawks. Silva looking to escape out of the inning. with just one run allowed here today. Off speed, just misses. Count 1-1.
A lot of the pitching decisions here.
Next pitch by Silva catches the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1-2 with 2 outs in the inning.
Like I was saying, a lot of the pitching decisions here could also be kind of contingent on if Coach Halleck thinks that we're going to play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or Sunday.
Fouled off to the left side on the next pitch. We'll do it again at 1-2. Why I also think BG losing that first game does create a little more sense of urgency. That you need to take this second game. You don't want to get swept in a doubleheader.
Yeah.
To a team that you are fighting with for that top position in the conference. This pitch just misses to the outside. Little up and outside. Count even at 2-2 with 2 outs in the inning. Because Miami taking both of these would be huge for the Red Hawks to put them 2 games up.
Yeah, especially that way you can still kind of control your own destiny if you
Yeah.
split the doubleheader today.
This pitch misses wildly with a fastball up and outside. Count goes full to 3-2. Almost have the sense that this may be his last batter either way, whether he ends the inning here or gets the bases loaded. Sova taking his time, 5 in the pitch clock. He's going to step off, reset that pitch clock to 20. Full count, 2 outs, runners on first and second for the Red Hawks. They're off and running on the pitch. It's driven into left field by Novak. Going to be fielded by Horky. 1 run comes around to score, and David Novak. And advancing to third from first is Krupinski on the RBI single by Ryan Novak. Just a nice piece of hitting by Novak. Just slicing it into left field, not doing too much.
Just like I've been saying all game, it's going the other way, creating something that's not really there.
Not trying to force anything.
Yeah, not trying to hammer ball into the trees every single pitch versus just trying to make something happen.
They're going to step on third. I think they were possibly thinking that maybe Novak had missed third there. Third base umpire Donald Smith disagrees. Sova's first pitch is up and outside to Tommy Harrison. Harrison 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out to center field and a fly out to left field.
I am a little surprised that Halleck didn't make that move here, but
I think I agree with you on that one. Off speed by Silva in there for a strike. Silva feels to be hitting towards his end of line in terms of the gas tank. That being said, it wasn't a bad pitch or anything on that, as we have a steal here now from first. BG not paying much attention or caring to that, as Ryan Novak's going to go ahead and steal second. So to be second and third with 2 outs, a 2-1 count on Tommy Harrison at the plate. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. Count now 3-1.
that pitch was another example of the growing list that could have gone either way.
BG just hasn't been getting those calls. Not much they can do about it. 3-1 pitch is driven up the middle, but fielded by Antillion. Throws over to Birchmeyer for the final out of the inning. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 2-0 right here at Stellar Field on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU senior pitcher Connor Penrod earned saves in all 3 games in Mount Pleasant, Michigan against the Chippewas, earning him this week's Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week award. Penrod carries a 1.19 earned run average through a weekend on the road where he threw 3 1/3 scoreless innings, striking out 2 of 9 in a week. That also earned him his first weekly conference award and the squad's second of the year. The Wauseon, Ohio native is tied for 8th in the country with 8 saves this season, which is also tied for the most in a single season in program history. Penrod has allowed just 2 earned runs in 15 1/3 innings this year. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
Back here at Stellar Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio, the Red Hawks took the first game 5-3. They're up 2-0 in the second contest of the day, a doubleheader due to weather coming in this weekend. We'll see if we have a time on the Saturday game by the time this game ends. We may not. We will have to wait and see. If we do not have a predicted start time, we'll all have to wait and see if one gets announced or what ends up happening with that. It's all a guessing game.
A holding pattern.
Yeah, it depends on what actually hits us versus what they think is going to hit us.
It is Northwest Ohio in the spring. Who knows?
And any Ohio weather is, especially the northern part of the state, is about as unpredictable as it gets. Braden Curlis will lead things off for Bowling Green. First pitch to Curlis. Up and outside for a ball. Next pitch by Mastrian in there for a strike on the off speed. Nice pitch to get him over in the count, 1-1.
I can't tell if my eyes are deceiving me or not, but it looked like that first fastball from Mastrian was one of the harder he's thrown all day.
I don't think you're wrong on that one. Off speed, gets a swing and a miss by Curlis. Got him to chase off the dish.
That slider out of that 3/4 arm slot's dangerous.
It doesn't break till that final third.
And by then it's...
Yeah. By then, Curlis is already committed to it. Not much he can do. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and flown foul to the right side. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Curlis and Antillion. Then top of the order was Zach Corky. We had a time, and I believe the umpires were trying to get something moved over there.
Looked like the warm-up bats for the Miami offense.
Pull those back in the dugout, and we're back. Good to go, underway, 1-2. Curlis puts a swing on it, floats it out to right center field, but drifting under it and making the catch is the center fielder Zarlingo for the first out of the inning. 5 straight Falcons set down in order.
I would just like to put in a little...
12 of the past 13 set down.
Mastrian is going through guys right now. There's no... Last base runner was Birchmeyer in the third.
Yeah. Since Birchmeyer reached on base with a single in the third, it's been a fly out to center by Seidel, swinging strikeout by Parker, ground out to short by Ganon, ground out to third by McKenzie, and now a fly out to center by Curlis. This slider misses in the other batter's box, goes to the backstop. Count 2-0 on Antillion. Gunnar Antillion in the first game went 0 for 3 with a walk. 0 for 1 today, he's grounded out to second. Fastball misses inside, counts 3-0 on Antillion. On deck is Zach Corky, top of the order for the Falcons. The 3-0 pitch, in there for a strike. Mastrian working a solid rhythm out there on the mound. Delivers once again. Check swing. And fouled off at the plate by Antillion. Went down to a knee there. So the count will go full to 3-2. The payoff pitch hits him. So Antillion will get a free 90 feet after being hit by the pitch by Mastrian, and it's a one-out base runner for Bowling Green. Just like that, tying run coming up to the plate in Zach Horkey.
I would just like to say, while we're at a little stopgap here, I think Antillion's walk-up song is the best on the team.
You know, I think it's him or Brady Birchmeyer. God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash is a very good walk-up song.
I think they're 1A, 1B.
I can go with that. Slider misses outside to start Zach Horkey. TJ Tackett's last year for a lot. You superstar. That was a good one. If we're including pitcher, as we have a mound visit, if we're including pitcher walk-up songs, Jacob Turner, Enter Sandman has to also be considered.
During the weekend series down at OU.
Yeah.
They're starting, I believe it was their leadoff batter, had a song by one of Bob Marley's, I think it was his son, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. He was a one-hit wonder, I believe.
It was, I think that was top 3 I've heard all year so far.
You know, a fun part of the MAC tournament is the mound visit still going on here. Fun part of the MAC tournament is seeing all the different walk-up songs from every team I know. I think it was Garrett Pike for Toledo had Careless Whisper. That was a big one. But it's always fun to hear all of the different walk-up songs.
Yeah.
Because they play them for both teams in an environment like that.
Yeah, nice neutral site.
Yep.
Up at Avon.
Yep. The home of the Crushers. Back right away after a lengthy mound visit. The 1-0 pitch. Inside to Zach Horkey. Horkey has one at-bat since coming in for TJ Tackett, and he's flown out to left field. Just one hit since the first inning for Bowling Green is that Brady Birchmeyer single in the third. Falcons had 3 singles back-to-back-to-back in the bottom of the first, but were unable to do anything with them.
There is a lefty down in the Miami bullpen that's getting hot with a pretty good intensity.
2-1 pitch on Horkey. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. The count now 2-2. Horkey not able to hold that one up. Payoff pitch by Mastrian. This one's dribbled to the left side. Diving is Krupczynski, but it gets past him. And it'll be a single for Zach Horkey. First hit for the Falcons since the third inning by Brady Birchmeyer. And that'll bring up Garrett Wright with 2 on and just 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And you know Wright's going to want to get something going here after striking out swinging his last time up.
Pretty good size lead for Horkey over there at first.
First pitch to Wright, hit him. So Garrett Wright extends his program record for career hit by pitches. And he also continues to chase his own single season record for hit by pitches.
And he does not currently lead the MAC in hit by pitches this year.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Which is
when you think about it. Some guys are just pitch magnets, and there's not much more else you can say about it. as our 1A or 1B walk-up song, God's Gonna Cut You Down, plays for Brady Birchmeyer. He'll step into the box with the bases loaded for him, and a 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Another bases loaded situation for BG. See if they can capitalize on this one. First pitch to Birchmeyer, big swing, and a hard ground ball to the left side. A few Falcons jumping off the railing there as it's hit right toward the dugout.
Birchmeyer already 2 singles in this game. It wouldn't be a bad, I'm sure he's up there, not trying to do too much, get the ball in play, get 2 runs in, tie this ball game up, and ultimately pass the stick back to Seidel.
The 0-1 pitch by Mastery into Birchmeyer. Held up, thought about going. Down and outside for a ball. Counts 1-1. He was really ahead of that first swing that he took. Held back on that one. He's definitely seen the ball a lot better against Mastrian than he did in that first game. The 1-1 pitch, down and outside for a ball. As we're now going to have a mound visit. And we're going to have a pitching change. More than likely here. Going to be a left-hander coming into the game. We'll tell you more about him when we come back. It's a 2-1 count on Brady Birchmeyer with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 2-0 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
BGSU softball plays their first 2 games of a weekend series against Northern Illinois on Saturday, April 5th. The Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap available on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, new pitcher on the mound for the Miami Redhawks is Caden Pfeffer. Pfeffer is a senior left-hander, 6'1", 200, from Wisconsin, went to Union Grove High School. He played last season at St. Cloud State University, played 2 seasons at Century College. He has a .491 ERA this season, does not have a decision to his name, 14 2/3 innings pitched. This will be his 8th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He has 13 strikeouts to 7 walks. Has not given up a double, but has allowed 4 home runs this season. Opponents batting just 180 against him. He has just a 1.09 whip. Last pitched on Tuesday did Pfeffer. Went 2 innings against Cincinnati. Gave up a hit. Across 7 batters faced, he threw 24 pitches.
Taking the mound for the Redhawks, number 38, Caden Pfeffer.
Last season, he pitched in 9 games, started 5. So he's a guy that was a quasi-starter last season that has moved into a full bullpen role this year. Had a .329 ERA last year. 2-1 pitch to Birchmeyer. First pitch swinging. Birchmeyer slams his bat into the ground as he goes to first. Settling under it and making the catch is the first baseman, Applewick. Interesting that Birchmeyer went after the first pitch instead of seeing one from the new pitcher. Maybe where part of the frustration's coming from him.
Yeah, with something like that, You think it looks good. It's also the first pitch you've seen from the guy.
Yeah.
And it looks like he isn't throwing as hard as Mastrian was.
That'll bring up Sam Seidel. Bases still loaded with 2 outs. BG cannot afford to not capitalize on another bases loaded opportunity. Seidel 1 for 2 in the game. First pitch strike on the fastball. He has a single, and he's flown out to center field. Standing on first is Garrett Wright. On second is Zach Corky. And on third is Gunnar Antillion. The 0-1 pitch from Pfeffer. Swinging and fouling into the back is Seidel. He's down in the count now, 0-2. And could put more grip on that bat. Little stoppage for Seidel. Down in the count 0-2 with 2 outs.
I'm wondering if grip isn't coming into play a little bit here, especially with the pitcher, since it is still kind of humid out.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's going to rain later this evening. And
that's a good point.
Air's kind of heavy.
The 0-2 pitch. Seidel swinging, smokes it foul to the right side. And we'll do it again at 0-2. Pfeffer taking his time on the mound, the left-hander working from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the inning. His 0-2 pitch to Sam Seidel. Seidel swinging, lofts it into left field. Going back is Novak, still going back. It's past him, going to the wall. 2 runs have scored. Coming around and scoring is Garrett Wright from first. It's a 3 RBI double for Sam Seidel. The Falcons finally capitalize on a bases-loaded opportunity, and they take the lead in the bottom of the 5th, courtesy of the double that drives in 3 runs by the junior second baseman, Sam Seidel.
Yeah, that was a textbook piece of hitting by Seidel. Went alongside with the pitch and just got into it and took it over Novak's head. Cleared the bases. Now 3-2 BG lead.
Beautiful job of 2-strike hitting by Sam Seidel. And that brings up Caden Parker as the inning continues. He looks at a first pitch ball. Parker now looks at another pitch that's a little outside for a ball, so 2-0 count on him. Boy, is that what Bowling Green needed, though. They needed to capitalize on one of those opportunities. Seidel comes through for the orange and brown, and they have the lead in the bottom of the 5th. The 2-0 pitch to Parker in there for a strike. Parker 0 for 2 in the day. He's popped out to second and struck out swinging today.
Like I was saying earlier, the Falcons really just haven't had that big hit today, and Seidel came through perfectly with the bases clearing double.
Now Seidel, if you look over his past 7 games, he's up to 11 runs batted in over that span. For a guy that started off the season pretty slow, if you remember, he had a 38-game on-base streak last year, started out this season slow. He has gotten comfortable in the middle of that lineup and really come through for the Falcons over the past couple of weeks. Couple of foul balls here by Parker. The count still at 2-2 with 2 outs. Bowling Green leading 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th over Miami. Standing on second is Sam Seidel. The payoff pitch is popped up, foul again to the right side.
Seidel really started heating up once they got back in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
Started off the OU series down in Athens and kept it coming back when that.
And that Dayton
home
game
stra-
really kick-started after that, too.
Yep.
That's when he started seeing the ball well and just got going. The 2-2 pitch once again. This one dribbled over to the right side. Going down to Aeneas Applewick. He flips it over to Pfeffer covering the bag just in time. So a 3-1 ground out to end the inning by Parker, but not before. Sam Seidel comes up huge with a 3 RBI double with 2 outs in the inning to put Bowling Green on top 3-2 as we head to the top of the 6th right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Softball finishes their series against Northern Illinois on Sunday, April 6th at noon. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com to view a recap of the game by Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. I Ziggy.
Back here at Stellar Field, new pitcher on the mound for the Falcons is going to be Owen Poole. Carson Silva's day is done for the orange and brown. Silva worked through quite a few tough situations, only allowed 2 runs. All in all, it was a hard-worked effort for Silva. See Silva's final line, if it will load. Silva's final line, he goes 95 pitches across 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, only 1 of which are earned, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts, faces 26 batters. Silva, another solid outing for Bowling Green. The only thing that he had in this one that he didn't have in previous ones was the walks that ticked up. But once again, just 1 earned run in 5 innings. I think Kyle Halleck and company will take that. Meanwhile, Owen Poole, sophomore right-hander, 6'2", 242, from Newark, Ohio, graduated from Newark High School. He's 3-2 this year, 2 saves on his ledger, a 7.04 earned run average across 15 1/3 innings pitched. This will be his 12th appearance of the season out of the bullpen. 19 strikeouts to 7 walks. Opponents batting .292 against him, and a 170 whip for Owen Poole. Blake Buzzio will start things off for the Redhawks. Looks at a first pitch strike. It'll be Buzzio the top of the order with Dylan Baker and Ty Badosic. This one by Owen Poole, ball. Count goes 1-1. Poole last pitched on Sunday against Central Michigan. He earned the win, went an inning, gave up a hit, did not allow a run, 2 strikeouts, did allow a double and hit a batter through 19 pitches. 1-2 count now on Buzzio at the plate. Poole from the windup. The payoff delivery, swing and a miss by Buzzio. First out is a strikeout for Owen Poole on the mound.
Poole is a part of that sophomore recruiting class for BG. Like, I know me, Tyler, a couple of the other baseball guys back in the studio have talked about the 3 between redshirt freshman Nate Kress, Ty Lotz, and then sophomore Owen Poole. They are 7-2-4 as a group with 45 strikeouts.
Yeah, they have been. I mean, it's tough because Penrod is going to get a lot of the shine, but they have been so solid as a trio out of the bullpen for Bowling Green and Kyle Halleck this season. This one lined over to the left side. Nice stop there by Antillion, and he throws across the Birchmeier. Beautiful play by Gunnar Antillion at shortstop for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Ty Bodicic.
Another stellar play by Antillion, going to his right, making the snag and spinning on a knee. And then delivers a dart over to Birchmeier at first for the second out of the inning.
When you're talking about Owen Poole, too, he's a guy that's heated up as of late. 4 of his past 5 appearances have been scoreless. He's also been a pretty high strikeout guy, now sitting at 20 strikeouts this season. He's struck out multiple batters in 7 of his previous 11 appearances this year. 1-0 pitch is fouled off to the left side by Bodicic. So it's 1-1 at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. Bowling Green leading Miami of Ohio 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. The Red Hawks taking the first game for the Falcons 5-3 earlier today, part of a doubleheader here on this Friday afternoon. Fastball misses outside. Count now goes to 2-1. Owen Poole delivers to the plate once again. Fastball just misses off that outside corner. Couldn't get the call. Count moves to 3-1 on Ty Bodicic. Bodicic has popped out to short, reached on an error, and lined out to left field. Hits this one fairly deep left field. Going back is Horky, and he makes the catch to end the inning. A 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen for Owen Poole. Brings Bowling Green back up to bat in the bottom of the 6th. When we come back, they lead Miami 3-2 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
To listen to replays of recent Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts, tune into WBGU 88.1 FM every weekday morning from midnight to 3 a.m.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green now ahead 3-2. And they're coming back up to bat with the momentum. Coming off the 3 RBI double by Sam Seidel and then a 1-2-3 inning in relief for Owen Poole. Feels like this momentum has shifted towards Bowling Green, Coyle.
Yeah, it feels like total energy change around them, around Stellar Field.
Yeah, I think we saw that too when Pfeffer came into the game. There was jump around playing.
Mm-hmm.
The entire Bowling Green dugout got into it, started jumping around. Like that was the energy that I don't want to say was completely missing, but hadn't been there fully during some of these recent stretches of this game when BG wasn't getting these hits, and with the recent, lack of DJ Newman and guys like TJ Tackett's in the lineup. Gavigan sends this one deep to right field, but foul. It's Ganon, Mackenzie Curlis, due up. Ganon down in the count now 0-2.
Tyler, you and I have covered BG baseball for 99% of the games that they've been in the state of Ohio for.
Yeah.
It's a team with a lot of energy. There's a lot of goofballs in the dugout. There's never a
they
dull
keep it light.
moment. Yeah, they continuously remind themselves that baseball is fun.
1-2 count on Gavigan. Swinging, hard hit over towards short. Takes a bad hop on Baker, and Ganon's going to reach safely. That'll be a hit for Gavigan as that just ate up Baker over there at short.
Hard hit ball with a lot of top spin. Hit the lip and the infield and just kind of shot straight up in the air.
Designated hitter Cooper McKenzie.
And Gannon has looked a lot more disciplined at the plate in these plate appearances over the past 2 games here today than he had in the couple recent series when he had struggled with those strikeouts. We saw him getting some cage work before he came in and pinch hit in the earlier game. So you have to imagine he's been doing quite a bit of that over the past couple of weeks. First pitch strike to Cooper McKenzie. McKenzie 0 for 2 on the day. He's flown out to left and grounded out to short. Count now 1-1 on him after looking at a ball.
And I think even a ball like that Gannon just hit, putting the ball in play could make good things happen.
And we haven't really touched on it too much here today as this one misses outside to McKenzie. But once again, 3 catchers in the lineup. Not scheduled to be, but 3 catchers in the lineup right now in the game for Bowling Green. Just the versatility that that position group has for Halleck and the Falcons is so valuable that these guys can play all these different positions. You have Garrett right behind the plate. Zach Corky's out in left field. And Coop McKenzie's the DH, but he can also play in the field if you need him to.
Yeah, it's really it's nice. I'm sure it's nice for Coach Halleck to know that on any given day, those 3 guys can play pretty much anywhere.
Yeah. It's a 2-2 count on McKenzie now. Runner on first is Gavin Gannon. The pitch by Pfeffer. Swung on and drilled right center field by McKenzie. Back-to-back singles by Gannon and McKenzie. Sets up runners on first and second for Braden Curlis with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. And now the BG Bats are starting to wake up here at Stellar Field.
Yeah, 2 good back-to-back singles to open up the bottom of the 6th. Now you have Curlis, who's been hit a ball hard to third in the 2nd inning and then flew out to center field. Just, again, like I've been preaching on all day, is just keep the ball rolling.
Bunch shown here by Curlis, lays it down third base line. Going to be fielded by Krupinski, and he'll throw out Curlis, but he does his job, advancing Gavigan to third and Coop McKenzie to second. Now 2 Falcons in scoring position with Gunnar Antillion coming up to bat.
And then that just shows the importance of, I know Halleck's preached it since he's been here, is the team at-bats, the team first plays.
And Halleck is not afraid to tell these guys to punt at any point in the game. He is very fond of the small ball at times.
Even the 2-strike.
As we're going to have a mound visit. Yeah, he does not shy away from that, which is very interesting because you don't see that too much in baseball nowadays. Guys get scared of it, of putting down 2-strike bunts. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's the risk you play with it, though.
Yeah, because I've been, like I said earlier, I've been around the dugout for multiple weeks now. It's been continuously preaching team first at-bats, team first plays. What can you do for not only the guy next to you, but the guy next to him? Something like that. Curlis coming in, dropping down a good bunt down the right field line.
That's what you've got to have in baseball, too, because you have to trust the guys behind you.
Mm-hmm.
That the guys behind you are protection enough that these pitchers are not going to pitch around you. And, that you can trust getting on base that they're going to drive you in. So we'll have another pitching change here for Miami. Bowling Green leading 3-2, bottom of the 6th. There's 1 out in the inning. Coop McKenzie's on second, Gavin Gunn's on third. Gunnar Antillion will be up to bat against the new pitcher when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Women's Golf returns to BG for the Dolores Black Falcon Invitational at Stone Ridge Golf Club on Saturday, April 5th and Sunday, April 6th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
women's tennis faces Toledo in the Battle of I-75 on Sunday, April 6th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Carter Leonard will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
New pitcher on the mound for Miami of Ohio is Austin Berggren. Austin Berggren, a junior right-hander, 6'3", 225, from Olathe, Kansas. Went to Olathe East High School. Previously played at Johnson County Community College. He's 0-1 this season with a 15.26 ERA. 15 1/3 innings pitched. This will be his 11th appearance, I should say. His 7th out of the bullpen. He has 4 starts on the year. 23 strikeouts to 9 walks. He's given up 3 doubles and 6 homers. Opponents batting .357 against him. He has a 2.22 whip. His last time out was Tuesday against Cincinnati. He gave up a run in an inning, 2 strikeouts, a walk, 19 pitches to get through 4 batters.
Gunnar Antillion, the shortstop.
Gunnar Antillion is up to bat with 1 out and runners on second and third. Coop McKenzie on second, Gavigan on third. Corners playing in on the infield grass as it's a first pitch swing and a miss by Antillion, wanted all of it.
Right now is a prime opportunity for Antillion to get something to the outfield and just kind of.
Now the entire infield going to come in, so it looks like they're going to try and see if they can't cut down the runner at home. Yeah. Antillion thought about going held back and off speed that misses inside. It's Gannon on third. Some speed, not the greatest speed over there at third. And he does not have to go on any hit.
Yeah.
There is no force out at home. So it is a decision over there that he has to make. Misses outside for a ball on the off speed. Count now 2-1. Outfield still playing normal depth. So anything blooped into shallow outfield is more than likely going to be a hit with where the infield is playing. 2-1 pitch. Grounded right over to Buzzio at second, and they nailed him at home. Gannon decided to come home. He thinks he got around the tag. Kyle Halleck going to come out and argue it.
I don't think he got him. I don't think he touched Gannon at all.
Halleck talking with home plate umpire Joshua McNally. Halleck just putting his hands over his face and walking back to the dugout. From this point, from this angle, it's hard to see a tag. We don't have the greatest view, but from our angle, didn't see much of an evident tag on that. It looked like more of a swim dive move. Gannon could have got around that. But they're going to say that he was out of the plate. So it will be 4-2. Fielder's choice at the plate for the second out of the inning. Antillion reaches safely while McKenzie moves from second to third. Horky flies this one deep left field, but well foul. Got all of that one. Just hooked it foul. If I had to guess, I don't think Kyle Halleck's having too much fun with this umpiring crew.
I don't think he's having. I don't think they'll be on his Christmas card list.
No, I don't think they will. The 0-1 pitch to Zach Corky. Down and outside for a ball. Zach Corky, top of the order for the Falcons. Garrett Wright awaits on deck if Horky can reach. Horky swinging and fouling it off to the right side. Now down to the count 1-2.
McKenzie over at third with a very deep lead back into the grass, almost into the third base coach's box.
Two outs in the inning, runners on the corners. Antillian at first, McKenzie on third. Antillian running on the pitch. It's down low and outside. He's trying to get in a pickle. They can't get him. So it'll be a stolen base. He tried to get him to throw to bring home McKenzie possibly. We see guys try that a lot. Rarely does it ever work.
Stopped like a deer in headlights, just in between, right in front of the second baseman. But
so now 2 runners in scoring position, though, for Bowling Green. 2-2 count on Zach Corky. The pitch to him. Fastball down the middle. Got him. That'll be the end of the inning as Pfeffer locked him up.
For the Falcons in the bottom of the 6th.
Or apologies, Bergman locked him up on the fastball, sent him down looking. And we head to the top of the 7th. Bowling Green leading Miami of Ohio 3-2 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On February 21st, 2025, BGSU men's basketball upset Toledo at Savage Arena for the first time since 2021, defeating the Rockets 69-68. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the game-winning moment on Falcon Radio.
Johnson inbounds to Campbell. They do not foul. Bowling Green marches into Savage Arena, exacts revenge on the Toledo Rockets, and gets a much-needed conference victory over their arch rivals, defeating Toledo 69-68. What an improbable win for the Bowling Green Falcons.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Back here at Stellar Field, we have reached the top of the 7th between Bowling Green and the Miami, Ohio Redhawks. The Falcons leading the Redhawks 3-2. Tyler Kavlitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Back and forth game so far, Coyle, and it's been, I don't want to say a pitcher's duel, but it's been interesting for these pitchers having to work out of these situations. Both offenses scraping for valuable runs right now.
yeah, especially a baseball fan, it's been a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of hitting. BG has 8 hits to Miami's 4, but there's also been really good pitching from both sides. There hasn't been too many. The walks have been cut down from the last game. There's the 2 errors for BG on Seidel, and then Nuns, or was it Horkier, the outfield error in the first.
Applewick up the bat for the Redhawks. But the runs just overall just have been hard to come by, because even though the hard part hasn't been the team setting themselves up in position, that both teams have done that. It's been driving in the runs when they are in scoring position. And that's always the tough part of baseball. That's why that average is so important, because those are the times when you need those hits. And it's been a challenge for this Bowling Green team to do it without guys like TJ Tackett and a guy like DJ Newman. A 3-0 count on Evan Applewick. Strike thrown in there by Owen Poole. Pulling out 3-1. This one skied up by Applewick. Mile high. Coming over is Birchmeyer, settling under it and making the catch for the first out of the inning. And yet again, Applewick just not able to get anything going at the plate.
Yeah, he's been pretty much shut down.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. You look at the first game today, Applewick went 0 for 3.
Yep.
And here in this one, he has a walk safely on a fielder's choice, strikeout swinging, And now that pop up to third.
Even then, even with the fielder's choice, he's still 0-3 in this game.
Yeah.
And that's coming into the weekend, a guy that you thought was the guy for Miami's offense.
This one clubbed up by Zarlingo. Backing up and settling under it to make the catch is Sam Seidel. 2 quick outs by Owen Poole and the Falcons. David Novak coming up to the plate.
The catcher, David Novak.
Novak today has flown out to right, struck out swinging. He had to reach safely with a single, came around to score after that single back in the top of the 5th. Check swing does not go around. It's a ball to start the at-bat. Next pitch to Novak, fastball down the middle for a strike. Starting to get a little darker clouds moving in. The overcast has kind of switched a little bit. It's not as just strictly bright as it was maybe 30 minutes ago. Fastball catches the outside corner by Poole. Count now 1-2. According to our board operator, Caden Knapp, 40% chance of rain at 5 and 6 o'clock. So hopefully we have no interference with rain here at the end of this one.
At what point do the Falcons take a sense of urgency and try to get through this next inning to make it an official game?
Yep. This one, dribble to the left side, and Braden Curlis just can't field it. Tried to go just with the glove. And that's going to be an error on Braden Curlis. He's been solid over there all day long up until that play. Just missed that one.
The third baseman.
Yeah, again, it's uncharacteristic. He's been solid over there all year.
Especially, I hate to say especially for a freshman, but to be a freshman over there in the hot corner against arguably the best offensive team in the MAC, that's not an easy job. And he's done a good job of it up until that.
That is only his 3rd error all year.
Yeah.
Albeit he is, like you said, a freshman. Sloan had the role a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But still.
It's a 1-0 count on Krupinski. Slices this one foul to the left side. One count now with 2 outs in the inning. Top of the 7th. Bowling Green leading Miami of Ohio 3-2. Falcons out hitting the Red Hawks 8-4 here today. Next pitch by Poole. Just misses on the outside corner with the fastball. Poole comes set. His 2-1 pitch. That one misses down low and outside for a ball, 3-1. Left-handed arm warming up in the pen for Bowling Green. Appears to be possibly tightest slots down there. His fastball misses outside. And it's a 2-out walk by Owen Poole. See how long of a leash Kyle Halleck has.
My question for you, Tyler, is at what point do we think that Coach Halleck gets Penrod up? Do you think that's a possibility today, coming off of his 3 saves last weekend?
I think that's only. I don't think he'd cross that bridge unless we get a late 8th inning, 9th inning situation.
If we,
I don't think he's going to bring Penrod up before that. I think Lotz is a guy that he would trust enough to go to in this situation if he needed.
Yep. Again, like I said at the beginning of last inning, that's Poole, Lots are all part of that sophomore class.
I mean, those are guys that have kind of stepped up as high leverage guys this year too.
7, 2, and 4 between the three of them.
First pitch ball to Ryan Novak. 1 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out to third, flown out to left, and singled. He's driven in a run on that single in the top of the fifth.
The left fielder, Ryan Novak.
That one thrown in there, 4 strikes, so the count now 1-1. Poole takes a look back at second, another look back at second, now delivers to the plate, off speed, runs inside for a ball. After working a 1-2-3 sixth inning, Owen Poole got 2 quick outs here in the top of the 7th before an error by Braden Curlis and a 2-out walk. Fastball misses off the outside corner. Count goes to 3-1. He has not got any luck on that outside corner, has Owen Poole.
No, and it's pretty consistently that low outside corner.
3-1 pitch. Misses off the outside corner once again, so back-to-back 2-out walks by Owen Poole. Loads the bases up for the Redhawks. Kyle Halleck's going to come out to the mound with Tommy Harrison due up. See if it's going to be a pitching change or just a normal mound visit.
Miami bullpen is silent over there.
Definitely appears to be Lots up there in the bullpen.
Giving him.
This is a lefty up, but he's going to trust Owen Poole and leave him out here. Again, I think he would rather like to bring Lots up in the 8th than have to bring him up in the 7th.
Fresh start.
Yep.
Now, the one thing I will say also, the current feels like temperature here in BG is 38 degrees compared to the 55 that it was at first pitch.
It's definitely getting colder down there on the field. We're turning into meteorologists up here.
Yeah.
May have a new field to go into after the game.
Wow.
0-1 pitch by Poole. Misses down low outside. For a ball. Count goes to 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. Bases loaded for Miami. BG leads 3-2 here in the top of the 7th. It's Tommy Harrison up to bat. The 1-1 pitch from Poole. This one dribbled to the right side. Seidel diving, can't stop it. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. It's going to be a 2 RBI single by Tommy Harrison. And Miami's back on top 4-3.
Just a dribbler over to that right side that just barely escaped the grasp of Seidel.
David Novak coming around to score from third. Krupinski coming around to score from second. Ryan Novak goes from first to third. And you can give Tommy Harrison 2 RBIs. First pitch strike, and then to Blake Buzzio. Buzzio, 1 for 3 on the day, and this one hits him in the helmet. Off-speed pitch got away from Owen Poole. Hit him in the helmet, and the Miami dugout is fired up. Bases loaded once again for the Redhawks with 2 outs. We'll see how much longer Halleck leaves Poole in the game for.
Top of the order, the shortstop, Dylan Baker.
Back to the top of the order with Dylan Baker for Miami. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Miami leading 4-3 as this one thrown over the head of Baker goes to the backstop. And Poole appears to be holding his right leg. I think Poole may have hurt himself. That one just sailed right over the head of Dylan Baker to the backstop, and Poole immediately grabbed at his right leg.
Yeah, he saw it and just immediately grabbed it.
Not what you want to see with the amount of exits by Falcons today. So we're going to take a quick break. Tennis Lots will come in. When we come back, we'll tell you more about them when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BG Softball finishes their series against Northern Illinois on Sunday, April 6th at noon. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com to view a recap of the game by Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson.
BGSU softball plays their first 2 games of a weekend series against Northern Illinois on Saturday, April 5th. The Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap available on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, score stands 5-3. The Miami Redhawks leading the Bowling Green Falcons as Owen Pole's day is done. Titus Lotz coming into the game for the Falcons. Lotz, a redshirt freshman left-handed pitcher, 6'1", 207 from Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Graduated from Washington High School. Redshirted last season. He's 2-0 this year with 2 saves to his name. A .497 ERA, 12 2/3 innings pitched. This will be his 12th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 9 strikeouts to 13 walks. Has struggled with control at times. He's allowed just 2 extra base hits all season, 2 doubles, 229 batting average against, and a 189 whip. Still two outs in this inning. BG just needs one more to get out of it. But it's turning into a little bit of a nightmare inning for Bowling Green, led up 3 here. And after coming into the inning leading 3-2, they now trail 5-3.
Yeah, Lots coming in a unpredicted situation, I'm sure. 2 on, 2 out with Poole having to exit after that last wild pitch. Obviously can't speculate on anything, but he seemed like he didn't feel too great after that one. Immediately motioned for Coach Halleck, who then immediately motioned for Lots out of the pen.
Running for Harrison on third, number 9, Drew Phillips.
Drew Phillips going to run for Harrison over on third.
And now, like we were saying earlier, not only are we're in the top of the 7th now. At what point do we have to consider the weather factor, the time factor, darkness?
Haven't seen any rain come just yet.
Top of the order, the shortstop.
At least in my mind, my worry right now isn't the rain, it's about the darkness. At what point can these guys not be able to see the ball?
Yeah, because there are no lights here, so that is a factor.
And if we have a patch of heavy rain come through, there is a non-zero chance that we do lose the field here pretty quickly because it's already, pretty wet from the last couple days.
Lots' first pitch in there for a strike to Dylan Baker. It was a 1-0 count on him, so now it's 1-1. Big swing and a miss. Count now 1-2. Phillips running for Harrison on third. Buzzio on second. It was Ryan Novak that scored on the wild pitch. The 1-2 pitch by Lotz. Down low for a ball. Count goes even. Lotz looking to get Bowling Green out of the inning. Get him up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. His 2-2 delivery to the plate, off speed, fouled off onto the ground to the left side. We'll do it again at 2-2 with 2 outs and runners on second and third.
Oh, that's right. That's right. There was a ball from two.
The 2-2 pitch is lined through the infield to the outfield to the left side. 1 run scores. Here comes the throw in from Horky, and it's going to be a 2 RBI single by Dylan Baker. Drew Phillips scores from third. Blake Buzzio comes around to score from second. A 5-run top of the 7th for the Miami of Ohio. They lead 7-3.
And again, it's how quick he can change from 2 pop-outs by Applewick and Zarlingo. 2 outs really quickly, and then immediately the next 5 batters come around to score.
Talk about a 2-out rally. And it's interesting because you would think getting Applewick and Zarlingo out, that's the part of the order that you wanted to get through.
Yep.
And it's the back end of the order that ends up killing you. I mean, you look where the RBIs have come from today. Krapinski in the 6 hole with an RBI. Ryan Novak in the 7 hole with an RBI. Tommy Harrison has 2 in the 8 hole. And then it's top of the order, Baker with 2.
Yeah, Harrison's the big one. 2 RBIs in that from that 8 hole, coming in batting, what was it, 170 the beginning of the second game.
There's a swing and a miss to end the inning. 3-pitch strikeout.
For the Red Hawks in the top of the 7th, 5 runs
for
on 2 hits. There was 1
Bodisic,
error, 1
but
error left on.
5 runs scored by the Red Hawks in the top of the 7th. Send us to the 7th inning stretch with Miami leading 7-3 over BG right here at Stellarfield on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network. Hey everyone, Falcon Media Sports Director Lucas Kleinmeyer here. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfield's junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, the big crowd, hearing them roar. The Falcon Walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
Falcon softball play the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame on Wednesday, April 9th at 5 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap available on bgfalconmedia.com.
Well, what we were hoping would stay away for a while has finally arrived at Stellar Field. The rain is here. They're going to play under it for as long as they can, as long as they safely can, at least. We'll see how long this field holds up for. It's not heavy rain as of yet, just a little shower. And the first pitch is going to hit Garrett Wright. So 2 hit-by-pitches now. Garrett Wright, again, extending his career record for hit-by-pitches and approaching his own single-season record once again for hit-by-pitches here with BG.
Again, like I said, the last inning when Antillion went over to grab more spray for his bat, at what point does grip become an issue for these guys?
Right about now. One more hit by pitch for Garrett Wright to tie second most hit by pitches in a single season in program history. 2 more hit by pitches. He will have sole possession of first and second. Most hit by pitches in a single season in BGSU history. The ultimate ball magnet, Garrett Wright.
And then 2 immediately back inside to Birchmeyer.
Yep. I mean, you have to think, though, it's not a ton of rain yet, but that definitely has to affect just a little bit.
Yeah.
That ball out of the hand.
Especially since I'm sure that grass isn't the most dry thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know, grip would not be an issue if we did have turf here at BG.
Could change by the beginning of next year. So it's a 2-0 count on Brady Birchmeyer. He's 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles. Has not advanced past first base today in this game. The 2-0 pitch to Birchmeyer, up and inside for a ball, 3-0.
Again, like I said, that's the 3rd straight pitch to Birchmeyer that's up and in after the up and in hit by pitch to Garrett Wright.
The 3-0 pitch to him. Finds the zone. Count moves to 3-1. Bergman looking to work back into the account. This one's fouled off by Birchmeyer. He's done just that after being down 3-0. A strike and now a foul ball by Birchmeyer has the count full with nobody out and a runner on first in the form of Garrett Wright.
It does look like that rain is slowing down.
Yeah.
It's just a nice light sprinkle.
Nothing crazy. The full count pitch is fouled off to the right side by Birchmeyer. We'll do it again at full count.
I do think with the amount of foul balls today, we might be keeping Rawlings in business. Besides, between the balls we buy from them and then the new torpedo bats, I think they're doing pretty well.
Torpedo bats. We'll wait till those attack college baseball. Full count pitch, swung on, flown up, right side. Coming in is Harrison. And actually, that's Drew Phillips who pinch run for him. Phillips makes the catch in right field for the first out of the inning.
The second baseman, Sam Seidel.
Going to bring up Sam Seidel.
I know I, for one, would like to see Sam Seidel with a torpedo bat. Because I don't think I've ever seen a guy hit so many balls off the hands and the label as he does.
I think it, honestly, that kind of bat would fit him. It's interesting discussion now. Everyone going like, oh, the guy needs to use a torpedo bat that'll help him. It's only meant for those people that get hit on in the hand so often.
Yeah.
Like, you'll never see a guy like TJ Tackett's or Brady Birchmeyer resort to using a torpedo bat because they just don't need that.
Yeah, all it is moving the weight in the wood from the end of it to the middle of it.
Something that's been done for years. This one dribbled to the left side, fielded, and thrown away by Krupinski. And advancing from first to third is going to be Garrett Wright. Heads up base running by Wright as Seidel is safe at first. See what that's officially ruled as.
The center fielder, Caden Parker.
As it brings up Caden Parker. With runners on the corners for Bowling Green. First pitch to Parker is outside for a ball. This is now reminiscent of the bottom of the ninth that Bowling Green had in the first game, where you go down, going into that ninth inning, you start to build a rally. We'll see if they can capitalize on it, unlike how it went down in that first game.
Yeah, because you have to think, too. It's still, we have 1 out, runners on the corners, and it's bottom 7.
Yeah.
We still have 8 outs that they have to get us out 8 more times.
2-0 count on Parker. Pitch to him, fouled off to the back. Count moves to 2-1. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Bowling Green trailing Miami 7-3. They've out-hit the Redhawks 9-6 today. This one dribbled through the left side by Caden Parker. That'll score Garrett Wright. Give Parker an RBI single. And Miami's lead down to 3, 7-4. BG into double digits with 10 hits. Advancing from first to second is Sam Seidel. So now Ganun with runners on first and second with just 1 out.
Gunn did have a single last time through that 5-6 hole.
Being aggressive with his lead dancing around his Seidel. That's something Seidel does quite often on there on second, trying to get the pitcher's attention.
Mm-hmm.
He'll dance around. He's not afraid to do that.
Just something to distract him from Gannon out there, make him make a mistake and give Gannon one right down the middle.
Yeah, and Parker was also doing it at first. Off speed, catches the outside corner. So Gannon down in the count, 0-2 now. Gannon singled his last time up. He's also grounded out to short and flown out to right here in this one. Fastball down low. Count moves to 1-2. Gavin Gannon, game-tying run at the plate. Bergeron taking his time on the mound. Pitch clock down to 4. He's going to step off. Pitch clock will be reset to 20 for him. He's working from the stretch with the runners on first and second. Good speed on the base pass for Bowling Green. As Gannon takes a big hack and fouls it to the back. So we'll do it again at 1-2.
It's another off-speed pitch by Bergeron. It's just coming in, just kind of gets in on Gannon's hands a little bit and just does his best to fight it off and try to get a fastball.
Bergeron definitely working at his own pace here. Comes set. Seidel dancing around at second. Now he delivers to the plate. Swing and a miss by Gannon. Gannon down on strikes for the second out of the inning. His 35th strikeout of the season, which leads the MAC. That'll bring up Cooper McKenzie. McKenzie 1 for 3 on the day. Singled his last time up in the 6th inning. He's also grounded out to third and flown out to left. First pitch, McKenzie off speed, drifts outside for a ball. Rain still coming down slightly here at Stellar Field. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner. 1-1 count on Cooper McKenzie. Bergeron comes set. The right-hander delivers to the plate. Down low and outside for a ball with the fastball. 2-1. 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 7-4. Falcons with runners on first and second. Parker on first, Seidel on second. Bergeron comes set. The 2-1 pitch is popped up to the right side by Cooper McKenzie. It's going to drift out of play, so the count's going to go even to 2-2.
Just another way of McKenzie fighting the ball off, just trying to keep the at-bat going.
Doing a good job of just that. See how he adjusts with 2 strikes. Defense, especially the outfield, shading him just a little bit to the right. 2 outs, 2 runners on base. 2-2 count on Cooper McKenzie. Bergeron delivers to the plate, down low and outside. Full count. McKenzie is the tying run at the plate. Bowling Green trailing by 3, 7-4, bottom 7. On deck awaits Braden Curlis. The payoff pitch foul to the back. Runners were off with a full count and 2 outs. They'll be off once again on the next pitch. If you're Bowling Green, you'd love to capitalize on this opportunity. The full count pitch once again to Cooper McKenzie. Swing and a miss. And that's how the inning ends. Back-to-back strikeouts by Bergeron against Gavin Gannon and Cooper McKenzie. We go to the top of the 8th. Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 7-4 right here at Stellar Field on WPGU 88.1 FM.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Hello, my name is Reiko Badurov. I play for the BGSU men's soccer team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number 1, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 7-4 as we've hit the top of the 8th. Falcons had a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Runners on first and second, but 2 straight strikeouts ended that 2-out rally. And the Falcons defense and pitching staff will have to try to hold the Red Hawks offense to limit that lead from growing any further. For the Red Hawks, it'll be 3, 4, 5, Applewick, Zarlingo, and Novak due up.
Getting a little deja vu here, Tyler. Applewick did let off last inning. And
yeah. 2 quick outs, and we saw how that went after. Strike called on the pitch from Lotz. Rare one where the catcher drops it, and it's still called a strike behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch from Titus Lotz. This one dribbled up the middle. Seidel backhand jump throw to Birchmeyer at first. What a play by Sam Seidel in the stretch by Brady Birchmeyer.
Another Derek Jeter-esque type play up the middle. Come around, backhand jump throw by Seidel. Birchmeyer has to recognize that that stretch over there at first base.
And once again, Evan Applewick just held in check all day long. Anthony Zarlingo steps up to the plate. First pitch to him. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Rain has really slowed down, if anything, right now. Bunt showed, pulled back, though, by Zarlingo. It's a ball thrown in by Lotz, so the count's 1-1 with one out in the top of the eighth. Lotz taking his time, 5 on the pitch clock, delivers. Fastball catches the outside corner once again. So the outside corner, which has been tough to get calls on all day long, Lotz has managed to get 2 of them in the same at-bat.
Yeah, he seems to love that outside corner where Poole kind of struggled with getting that call. Not sure if Lotz has missed more than one all game.
The 1-2 pitch from Lotz, off speed, froze him on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch from Titus Lotz on the strikeout.
Another, that strikeout by Titus Lotz, a nice curveball that just dropped in the zone, froze him out of the hand.
Beautiful job by Lotz there. Brings up David Novak. Novak reached on an error his last time up. First pitch to him. Swinging, fouls it to the back for a strike. Titus Lotz looking to get out of the inning, bring Bowling Green back up to bat. His 0-1 pitch, this is lofted towards right field, down fair. Novak's going to take a turn around first and stay right there. A 2-out single for David Novak, and BG is going to want to avoid what happened last time. There was a hit with 2 outs.
Yeah. Novak just kind of flipped it over into right field down the line. Almost like something you'd see in like ping pong, just kind of
just didn't do too much.
Took the ball with it and ended up 90 feet down the line.
Brings up Krupitsky, and he lines this one into left field. So back-to-back 2-out hits once again for the Redhawks. And they have runners on first and second with Ryan Novak coming up to the plate.
The left fielder, Ryan Novak.
Novak, 1 for 3 on the day. He has a single, a ground out to third, a fly out to left, and a walk. The first pitch from Lotz to Novak catches the outside corner. He is getting those calls.
Yeah.
On the outside corner, probably better than any other pitcher we've seen here today. I'd argue on either side.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Lotz has been pretty consistently getting that outside corner that he just hasn't given anybody.
Lotz's next pitch, off speed, misses inside and down low. Counts 1-1. Lots taking his time out there on the mound. Miami has put together back-to-back two-out singles. His 1-1 pitch off speed misses, basically same exact spot once again. And the count moves to 2-1.
Novak down at second has a pretty big lead. Doesn't really seem like Lots is checking on him all that much.
4 of Titus Lotz's 5 appearances against MAC teams have been scoreless coming into today. He's got a 2-1 count on Ryan Novak with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Miami leading Bowling Green 7-4 here at Stellar Field. Pitch down and inside for a ball, 3-1. Lots has had struggles with command at times, more walks than strikeouts this season. His next pitch, up high and outside for ball 4. After having 2 outs, Lots has given up back-to-back singles and walked the bases loaded.
I think right now, if you're the Falcon defense, can't allow a double.
The right fielder, Drew Phillips.
Novak at first is a pretty quick runner.
Yeah.
Good chance if the ball gets by the outfielders. Pretty good chance that he also comes around to score.
Drew Phillips with his first at-bat of the game came in to pinch run for Tommy Harrison in the top of the 7th. Fouls this one to the back on the first pitch. He'll start from behind in the count, 0-1. Lots comes set. This one up high and outside. Garrett Wright has to stab his glove at it with his mask falling down. Count now 1-1. Lots deep breath. Leg kick delivery. This one line to Seidel at second. Doesn't have the move for the 3rd out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green trailing Miami by 3, 7-4, right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hey there, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my 4th one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name that too.
Back here at Stellar Field, we head to the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green still trailing by 3, 7-4. They've out-hit the Redhawks 10-9 today. But Coyle, it's been a lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Falcons.
Yeah, the look at the top of the 7th, Miami hanging that 5 spot on the Falcons. Started off 2 quick outs. Immediately an error by third baseman Braden Curlis. 2 walks, a single, and then a hit by pitch. By the end of it, what was a 3-2 BG lead turned into a quick 7-3 deficit by the Falcons. That's been pretty much the story all day, has been the walks. A lot of free passes by the Falcon pitching staff today, and that's not going to help keep the Redhawks off the board.
Braden Curlis will lead things off for Bowling Green. First pitch hits Curlis. Curl is hit up by the shoulder, so he'll take a free 90 feet down to first, and that'll bring up Gunnar Antillion with the runner on. And we can, Miami's given BG opportunities to get back in the game, too. It's not like Bowling Green has been the only one with self-inflicted wounds here today.
Yeah, I would even say just on both sides, both pitching staffs, command really hasn't been there today.
Back-to-back innings for Miami with hit-by pitches to begin them. First pitch to Antillion, up high for a ball.
You can look at earlier in that first game, Tockett's hit by pitch. Miami had 6 walks, if I remember correctly. We had 9 plus hit by pitch.
Something around that number. As this one also left high. So 2-0 to Gunnar Antillion. Antillion awaits the next pitch, misses outside on the off speed. That's another 50-50 one that could have gone either way. But Berggren does not get the call. It's 3-0 now on Gunnar Antillion. Payoff pitch, up high and in. So a hit by pitch and a walk to begin the bottom of the 8th for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and it looked like on that pitch, Miami head coach Brian Smiley was not very happy with the result of that 2-0 pitch. Miami will be making a pitching change here.
Yep, the mound visit going to have a new arm come in for the Redhawks. So we'll take a quick break, tell you more about that new arm. When we come back, Bowling Green has runners on first and second, top of the order. Nobody out, bottom of the 8th. Game-tying run coming up to the plate when we come back right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On February 21st, 2025, BGSU men's basketball upset Toledo at Savage Arena for the first time since 2021, defeating the Rockets 69-68. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz had the call of the game-winning moment on Falcon Radio.
Johnson inbounds to Campbell. They do not foul. Bowling Green marches into Savage Arena, exacts revenge on the Toledo Rockets, and gets a much-needed conference victory over their arch rivals, defeating Toledo 69-68. What an improbable win for the Bowling Green Falcons.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Back here at Stellar Field, new pitcher into the game for Miami is Landon Falk, junior right-handed pitcher, 6'3", 195, from Platte City, Missouri. He played the past 2 seasons at Johnson County Community College, same place that Berggren came from. He actually made, this is pretty cool, back-to-back JUCO World Series appearances. And Falk is 1-2 on the year with 2 saves to his name, a 6.23 ERA, 13 innings pitched. This will be his 12th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 13 strikeouts to 7 walks. He's allowed 3 doubles and 2 home runs, a 220 opponent batting average, and a 138 whip. Last pitched on Tuesday against Cincinnati, where he took the loss, gave up 4 earned runs in an inning, 4 hits, a strikeout, a walk, a home run across 21 pitches.
Talking about the JUCO boys, they are different. The amount of scrappiness that a lot of the JUCO teams have reminds me a lot of the Falcons here. They're just
I do like that.
Scrappy.
Top of the order with Zach Corky. First pitch to him, first pitch swinging, pops it straight up. Novak going back to the netting, and it's into the stands just in front of us. So just goes out of play. And the count will be 0-1 on Horky.
Horky did strike out his last time up in the bottom of the sixth on a call that he probably thought that it wasn't the right one. But it was one of the 50-50 calls that hasn't really been going too much either way. Both teams seem to be not totally thrilled.
Falk, the 0-1 pitch. Got a little bit of a sword there from Horky. Caught him in between. And he's down in the count 0-2. Just confused him on that one.
A will he, won't he type swing.
I mean, if I'm Falk, I'm going back to the same exact pitch. And he gets him in a swing and miss. 1 out in the inning. Bowling Green down to 5 total. And Garrett Wright comes up to the plate as potential game tying run.
The catcher, Garrett Wright.
Had a home run in the first game earlier today. Wright's been the best hitter on this Bowling Green team all season long. Swinging first pitch, fouls it to the back. He's followed up his MAC Freshman of the Year campaign with an even more impressive season so far. Increased his numbers in every category. Crossed from batting average, on base percentage, and power numbers. The 0-1 pitch to him. Swinging, jammed him. Dribbled to the left side, picked up by Krupinski, and he throws across the diamond for the out. So Wright is out as Curlis advances to third and Antillion goes to second. Brady Birchmeyer will come up to the plate as the game tying run now. It'll be up to Birchmeyer to continue the inning. The Falcons down to the final 4 outs.
Birchmeyer 2 for 4 in this game with a pop out to the first baseman and a fly out to the right fielder. And it looks like the Miami outfield is
playing them pretty straight up.
Yeah, against what they've done all game.
First pitch is fouled to the back off the end of the bat. Birchmeyer's been aggressive the past couple of at-bats at the plate. Last time he was up to bat, he saw a new pitcher mid-at-bat and decided to swing at it. Wasn't happy with the decision to swing first pitch, slammed his bat into the ground and flew out to right field. This one lines down the left field line, but foul into the Bowling Green bullpen. So he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Yeah, and for Falk, Seidel's in the on-deck circle. That's got to be in the back of your mind facing Birchmeyer.
Yep.
Seidel 3 for 4 today with a double and 2 singles.
3 RBIs on the double. Falk comes set, delivers the Birchmeyer swing and a miss. That's how the 8th inning ends. We go to the top of the 9th. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 7-4. Right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU senior pitcher Connor Penrod earned saves in all 3 games in Mount Pleasant, Michigan against the Chippewas, earning him this week's Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week award. Penrod carries a 1.19 earned run average through a weekend on the road where he threw 3 1/3 scoreless innings, striking out 2 of 9 in a week. That also earned him his first weekly conference award and the squad's 2nd of the year. The Wauseon, Ohio native is tied for 8th in the country with 8 saves this season, which is also tied for the most in a single season in program history. Penrod has allowed just 2 earned runs in 15 1/3 innings this year. This has been Falcon Media Sports Network's Athlete of the Week.
hit the top of the ninth here at Stellar Field, and the rain is back, falling a little heavier than it was before. They'll still play through it, and Miami still leads Bowling Green by 3 runs, 7-4. Tyler Cavlitz, alongside Coyle Withrow for the Falcon Media Sports Network, here with you for this one. And again, we talked about it. That was the definition of the first game, was missed opportunities for Bowling Green. The first game of this doubleheader. It's turning out to be the definition of this second game. The Falcons have had opportunities. You had 3 straight game-tying runs up at the plate in the bottom of the 8th, and you have 3 straight outs from your top 3 hitters in the order to end the 8th inning.
The Falcons have left 13 runners on base this second game, and leaving 13 guys on base, it makes it really hard to compete in a baseball game.
Yeah. Does indeed. Rain continuing to fall as Lotz throws first pitch. That's fouled off to the back by Blake Buzzio. Buzzio, the 9-hole hitter for Miami. This one shot off foul to the right side by Buzzio. The count 0-2 on Buzzio. Lots working from the stretch as the rain continues to fall. His 0-2 delivery swung on and missed at the plate. Strikeout for Lotz to begin the top of the ninth. And the rain definitely coming down harder now than it was before.
Baker, the shortstop.
Everybody pulling out their umbrellas, and however, it is nice and dry up here in the box.
It is back to the top of the order with Dylan Baker. Dribbles this over to the left side. Curlis fields it, throws it over to Birchmeyer across the diamond for the second out of the inning. Nice job there by Curlis. Sat back and waited on that one, making a read on it, then charged it. And well enough time to make the solid throw across the diamond. That'll bring up Ty Badusic. Badusic struck out swinging his last time up. Does not have a hit today. He's popped up to short, reached on an error by Seidel. As he check swings there, it's called a strike at the plate. Either way, he's lined out to left field, flown out to left field, and struck out swinging.
He was the strikeout that ended that big 7th inning for Miami.
Beautiful off-speed, rainbowed in by Titus Lotz. And the count now 0-2 with 2 outs here, top of the ninth. Miami leading Bowling Green 7-4. Lotz down to 5 on the pitch clock, comes set. The leg kick fires outside in the dirt in the other batter's box. That one just got away from him. Luckily, no one on base, so he'll do it again at 1-2. There is a right-handed arm up in the Bowling Green bullpen in case Lotz isn't able to get the job done. Lotz now comes set, delivers off speed, is fought off foul to the left side by Badusic. Nice job of just poking that one foul to stay alive. Didn't do too much with it. And they'll live to fight for another pitch. Lotz looking to get out of the inning. 1-2-3, delivers to the plate. This one chopped to the left side, fielded by Curlis. He sets and fires, and a 1-2-3, top of the ninth for Titus Lotz. Bowling Green coming up to bat in the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs to play with They need to score at least 3 runs to keep this alive. 4 runs will win it. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Miami leading 7-4 right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hi, my name's Emma Stransky. I'm a winger for BGSU women's soccer. My 4 favorite animals are ferret, because I have 2 and they're the cutest things ever. Falcon, because we're BG. Fox, because Chris Fox, our coach. And then a flamingo, because I think that they're pretty.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
To the bottom of the 9th we go. Sam Seidel, Caden Parker, Gavin Gannon. Middle of the order for Bowling Green, due up 4-5-6. Falcons down 7-4. Trying to avoid back-to-back losses against Miami of Ohio, while the Red Hawks are trying to get 2 games up in first place in the Mid-American Conference standings.
Landon Falk comes out to begin his second full inning of work here at Stellar Field. Has only allowed 2 base runners thus far.
And he does have 2 saves on the season. So he has pitched in 9th innings before.
And it is a 3-run lead, so this should count as a save situation for him.
His 2 saves were against MAC teams in Toledo and Eastern Michigan. And he also picked up a win against Northern Illinois. Fastball inside on Sam Seidel to start the at-bat. Rain continuing to come down here at Stellar Field. Foreshadowing of what's going to hit Bowling Green tonight. As the fastball catches the inside corner, count goes even to 1-1. Sam Seidel, 3 for 4 today with 3 RBIs, 2 singles and a double. His 1 out was a fly out to center field. Outfield shading him a little bit to the left, to the push side, as that one down low for a ball. Count goes to 2-1. Bowling Green does lead in hits today, 10-9. They've also committed 2 errors. Miami has not committed an error. It's actually 3 errors for the Falcons today. Not 2. And it's a 3-1 count at the plate on Sam Seidel. Krapinski, who is playing in, backs to normal depth now, and they're giving him a lot of room down that third base line.
Yeah, and he's playing.
That outfield's kind of playing him to the left, the infield a little bit to the right.
I'm not too sure about the effectiveness of that, but
we'll see. Swing and a miss by Seidel, runs the count full, 3-2. Seidel ropes this one foul down the right side. We'll do it again at a full count. Yeah, I mean, you have Buzzio at second base is in the outfield grass. Baker's basically the same spot. Novak in left field's playing towards the line. They're giving a lot of space down the left field line in the infield and a lot of space down the right field line in the outfield. The full count pitch is fouled off to the back by Sam Seidel. Back-to-back fouls with 2 strikes in the full count. So we'll do it again here.
The only thing I can think of is that they're assuming that if Seidel pulls one, he's going to be very, very early on it and keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
And if he hits one in the air, he's going to be really
They've been aggressive with these defensive positionings all day. The full count pitch inside for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Bowling Green here in the bottom of the 9th. will bring up Caden Parker with Sam Seidel on first. That's what you want to start the inning. That's what Sam Seidel is so great at, is getting on base. He's reached base in 4 of his 5 plate appearances today. Brings up Caden Parker, who had an RBI single his last time up. First pitch to Parker, down and outside for a ball. Seidel was getting aggressive with a secondary lead over there at first. Gavagan on deck for Caden Parker. If Parker gets on, Ganon would be the game-tying run. The pitch to Parker. Parker thought about going, did not go around, but it's in there for a strike either way on the off-speed. Count goes even to 1-1.
Catcher David Novak there after that last pitch looked at the ball. Now it's pretty safe to assume that the grip might be a factor now.
The 1-1 pitch from Falk, right down the middle there for a strike. Count goes to 1-2.
Tell the velos are dropping both teams.
Seidel standing on first. Caden Parker at the plate. Falk looking in. From the stretch, his 1-2 delivery down low outside. Nice stop by Novak behind the plate. Sliding over to his right to trap that ball in the dirt. Keep it from going to the backstop. Seidel can easily be at second right now without that play.
Am I out of left field for saying that Novak and Wright are the best 2 defensive catchers in the MAC?
Kevin, you could definitely make a case for it. Next pitch, just down low for a ball. Count goes full for the second straight batter here to begin the bottom of the 9th. 3-2 on Caden Parker with nobody out. Sam Seidel over at first. As the rain continues to pile down here at Stellar Field, Falk comes set. His payoff pitch dribbled foul to the right side by Parker. We'll do it again at full count.
Again, kind of like the same thing we saw with Seidel. The infield and outfield shifts by the Redhawks are different. They are flipped both ways. Infield shifted more toward the left field line, outfield more toward the right field line.
Falk comes set. The payoff pitch is a swing and a miss by Parker. For the first out of the inning, Parker most likely swung at 2 ball 4s to end his at-bat in order to bring up Gavagan. Falcons still down by 3. Game tying run now on deck in Cooper McKenzie if Ganon's able to get on. Falcons have just 2 outs left to play with in this game. Falk comes set, look over to first, now delivers. Off speed, catches the inside corner for a strike. Falk has a very interesting lean in when he's getting the pitch.
Yeah, it reminds me of the old Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah, except he kind of he crouches down like he's sitting in a chair and then gets back up with that arm hanging down. This pitch delivered, swung on and missed by Gavagan at the plate. He's gone inside on him with both pitches, and he's gone 2 strikes. Ganon has struck out a MAC leading, 35 times this season. He's down to the count 0-2 here with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Falk's payoff pitch, down and outside for a ball. Count moves to 1-2.
Tyler, we've talked about it all year, how good this Falcon team is past the 7th inning.
Yep.
If there's that fight left in them today, now is when it has to come out.
See if they have any bit of magic left here today on this Friday afternoon. This one down and inside for a ball. Count even to 2-2.
Good discipline up there by Ganon. Just trying to keep it moving.
He's worked it back into an even count after being down 0-2 to begin it. Ganon awaits the pitch from Falk. It's down and outside for a ball. So 3 straight full counts to begin the bottom of the 9th. You do not see that
No.
that often.
Yet again, that was not on my bingo card for the day.
College baseball always full of surprises. Falk comes set, the payoff pitch. Check swing by Ganani's rung up at the plate looking. Was throwing his bat back towards the dugout. Thought it was ball 4. Instead, home plate umpire Joshua McNally rings him up for the second out of the inning. Bowling Green down to their final out with Cooper McKenzie coming up to the plate. The game-tying run sits on deck now in Braden Curlis.
That's 2 strikeouts now for the 5 and 6 hole Falcon hitters.
In full counts nonetheless. First pitch to Cooper McKenzie. Big swing and a miss by McKenzie. He starts the count from behind. The next pitch by Falk. Down low for a ball. 1-1. McKenzie needs to get on to continue the game for Bowling Green with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Falcons down by 3 to Miami. He dribbles this one to the left side, charging in, fielding. Krabinski throws across the diamond.
Ball game
for the final out of the game. Miami of Ohio comes into Stellar Field today and takes both games of a doubleheader. They are in sole possession of first place in the Mid-American Conference standings. They advance to